council and went and talked to the mind flayers and found out we've been double crossed. So it's basically a crisscross across town trying to find a way to help all the people that we have condemned to mind flayer slavery by accident. Um, I went to talk with a lawyer and found out it was going to be about a week. Then I went to go try to free all the elves at the arena and found out they'd been moved. And then I panicked for a little bit. Um, we made ships that are hanging out off the port there of Bral. What else did we do? We went and talked to the one of the leaders of the enlightened people that free slaves or whatever around the
The
galaxy.
pragmatic order of thought.
Yeah, those guys.
Hots.
And we also talked with a couple of different people from the council meeting that invited us to dinner, and turned out they wanted to have a coup against the current leader on the Rock of Brawl to overthrow him and install some other young debutante guy that was going to be led around by his creepy uncle. We decided not to do that. Or we may do that in the future, I don't know. But what else did we do? Oh, Chell got involved with some Yakuza. Found out some stuff about her mom. And got an offer to join the Yakuza. What else did we do?
It's a big session last week.
Check my screen share.
Oh.
You guys are welcome to help fill anything else in. That was most of what we did.
Basically, we tried to come up with a plan.
But with that, the party is rejoining each other here at the Laughing Beholder. But let's zoom back to some of that downtime we passed while we wait for Hungary. And I know some of you had specific things you needed to do. Again, this is a opportunity to do some of the Xanathar downtime events. And let's just go one by one. Let's start at the top of the player list at the bottom left. Alex, what downtime did Chell do on Bral? Or while flying, actually, because it was while you were flying.
We already covered that. So back in session 15, we covered that she was piloting the Lamprey for 10-day travel back to Rock of Brawl.
Who did we not finish?
I think it was Kazeb.
Was it
Me and Kazeb.
Callian and Kazeb?
Yeah, Callian just bought armor and a dagger of blind sight, and Kazeb went to a library, but he was going to find a gnome, Cogsworth, but neither Callian or Kazeb had anything else.
Did he do his research though in the library?
I did, and I found a book written by a gnome, and I.
Oh,
and went to
okay.
try
So
to
then you lied to me. We did all the downtime. You did do the research. I don't care about that. You still did the downtime of the research, and we still did the roll, and we did all that. Yes. All right. I thought so.
Yeah.
I thought so.
I don't know if I think we were going to backtrack and revisit the visiting the gnome because we never got to that part.
Well,
because
you can spend some time to try to find the gnome if you wanted, but yeah.
Because in the following session, we were going to revisit that Callian was supposed to visit the Thieves Guild, and Kazeb was supposed to visit Cogworth at the dry
there's a couple
dock.
things there. So visiting the gnome, that's not part of the downtime. That's you found out about the gnome in your downtime. That's your research, which is fine. You can go visit him.
Understood.
As far as the Thieves Guild, I think that the main reason Callian wanted to go visit the Thieves Guild was initially to pawn off all of the equipment that you guys had.
That I don't remember.
The platinum and
Got it.
whatnot. I believe that was the
Yes.
main
Yeah, and we
intention was
just
to pawn it
hand
off.
wave selling it.
Okay.
Oh, I think you guys chose to just sell it instead of spending the time in the Thieves Guild, yes. Or did you actually want to sell it to a specific Thieves Guild? Because it was more than just the platinum, yes? I think you guys actually had some scavenged armor and stuff, unless I'm mistaken.
Chell had scavenged helms, but I
That'd be
Don't-
after.
Chell just had scavenged helms. That's all.
Okay.
And I know that Hungry Gamp.
So then, with that, I mean, that's up to you, Panda, if you want to actually spend some time talking to the Thieves Guild. But you guys can definitely have sold the platinum in the underground market.
I don't care.
Okay.
Okay. Well,
Oops.
is there anything specific that we want to cover before Hungry gets here then? Because Zeb, you wanted to go talk to that gnome, you can.
I did still wanted to talk to the gnome. It was a misunderstanding. I thought it had time within the 10-day to at least speak with him.
Yeah, I think that's fine to have gone and spoken to him. But you can't get more downtime in, as in, like, you couldn't train with him yet.
Yeah, that I think I'll save for later if we get another downtime opportunity. There was also a meeting with some potential crew.
Yep.
Yeah, so we were going to. So there was figuring out if Chell was going to join the Yakuza, deciding if we wanted to contact any of Xeno Termination Limited, the Wardrakes, the Dwarven Boarding Company, the Longfangs, and because I wanted to join to visit Warwick Cogsworth. So I think that's everything that we wanted to do. I might be missing something. I'm not sure.
Just during downtime.
Just the next few things lined up together. Well, all
Yeah.
of you are joined together in the Laughing Beholder and kind of ready to tackle those specific things. And I think that we left off on some roleplay of a discussion of what you were all up to, which I think included you informing. I think that's what we left off on. You informing the party about the Yakuza and that situation.
We started. We're starting a new day. I think 21st because we regrouped at the Laughing Beholder and
We got the long rest in. Yeah.
yeah, and everyone was kind of leaning towards Chell joining the Yakuza and leveraging their strength. And then there was also that. Okay, well, what about Xeno Termination, Wardrakes, Dwarven Boarding Company, Longfangs, Cogsworth?
Hiring
So-
different crews. You guys can choose who you'd like to hire and what you would like to do here. And you do have the bevy of guilds available here to potentially hire from. You do have a group of Thrycreen that have been informed to come potentially talk to you, which you will get a message about. And the party kind of regrouped and talked about all the things they learned. They got invited to a coup. They got invited to join the Yakuza.
Yeah.
And they also found out about the different groups along Bral.
And
With that-
strangely, the Yakuza and the coup are unrelated.
With that, you all wake up and group together here that next morning.
Another day, if you can call that.
Hey, so gang, I had an idea. So, instead of trying to stop the mind flayers from taking the elves out there to their planet, what we should do is just let them take them to the planet to begin with, and then teleport them off of the planet.
I mean, it's not a bad idea. It's just we kind of know. Well, we did know what we were getting into here, but now they're kind of. We have no idea where the elves are now.
Well, we know they're down in the tunnels down there with the mind flayers, and they can't have gotten them all off the rock this fast.
Would you
Nick,
Yes.
interested in trying to look?
have we seen any of the Mind Flayer ships in the ports?
Yeah, you've seen a couple. That's nothing out of the ordinary. You've always seen a couple of nautiloids.
Right, but I'm saying if they were to use the nautiloids to take the astral elves off the rock, we will be able to determine that from the nautiloids being gone, right?
If they took those nautiloids, yeah. There's a few nautiloids on the dock. You have only ever seen 2 or 3 at a time. They do come and
Would
go.
a few nautiloids be big enough to move 1,000 astral elves?
No, not just one nautiloid. It would take quite a few, or a bigger nautiloid ship. One could move a few hundred.
See, what I'm thinking is, if we can get contact with one of the astral elves, like that little girl we talked to on the planet, we could give them something that we could then, use some kind of divination magic on and see where they're at once they get on the planet.
You mean like that sending stone that you dropped off with me?
Well, I mean, yeah, like that. I mean, it could really be anything. We don't necessarily have to use a sending stone.
The party, I will remind one other thing too, also knows of a portal in the arcane warehouse. Seems to go to some ship on Sigel's docks. I don't remember if that was openly discussed.
It
Maybe.
was,
Nope.
but Chell wasn't here for that. Has anybody told Chell?
Nope.
Asked my
I mean,
mind,
she
all I
she
could
would have
think of
asked
was
about the
rejected.
Mercane and the assassination. So did anybody tell her about the portal?
I
Nope.
think the answer to that is no, Chow.
Yeah,
He opened a portal, but we killed him before he could go through it.
The only
Oh,
person I think that looked through that portal and determined where it was Hungry.
Was it only Hungry that
Yeah.
recognized
We
it?
have no idea where it was.
Yeah, we all could see through it and saw it was like some kind of docks, but only Hungry was able to recognize
That's
it.
right. Okay, and he didn't say anything?
Not that I
I don't
know
know
of.
yet. Not sure. I don't think it was
I
discussed.
mean, he didn't immediately say anything to the party. I don't remember. We'll ask. We'll ask when he gets here.
we can confirm with him.
So I guess then, I guess only really Hungry knows where it leads to, and yeah, there would have been mention of the portal.
Yeah, there was a portal, but as was mentioned, we had assassinated him before you can get through.
Do you know if it led somewhere safe where we could we somehow use what opened that portal, like transport it over?
It led onto a ship.
With I believe some of us saw more Mercane through the portal, did we?
Yeah.
Oh,
It was
so
definitely not safe.
It was like a Mercane headquarters ship.
Yes.
Well, how do you want to track the elves? Like, well, first, do we even know where they are on this rock? Are they even still on this rock?
Don't know.
Well, we were already planning on going down there and with a wizard from the Potts organization when they supplied one. So, to get an accurate number of how many mind flayers are down there.
Right,
Yeah.
but that doesn't necessarily mean that's where the elves are.
I mean, it doesn't, but it doesn't not.
Well, it still begs a question of like, how do we find the elves to give them something that we can track them with?
Well, I mean, we don't necessarily have to give them something to track them with. I mean, divination magic is hard to explain. I mean, I can't do it myself. We would need either like a scroll or somebody to cast the spell. But I mean, it's pretty commonly known that divination magic like this does exist. I mean,
Well, I mean, they do still technically owe us 3 of their own. God, I can't believe I'm saying that. So maybe we can use that exchange as part of the deal of like, we just follow them during the transport to the planet, and then we can at least have some way to, like, don't you have to have been someplace before to open a gate to it or something like that?
no, I just have to be familiar with it. So my
Well,
plan is to basically use the scrying divination spell to look in on one of the astral elves while they're on the planet, get a familiarization of the area through the scry spell, and then bam, teleport to it.
you think that'll work?
Could work.
More
What could go
Could-
wrong?
could work better than trying to just follow them and be at the place, or
Well, I mean, we have no guarantee that uh, following them sounds like it's going to get us either ambushed in a fight or the 3 that we were promised that we're going to be. Can't believe I'm about to say this. Thrown into the sun were was not necessarily en route to that planet. The going to the
We-
planet to do that was never discussed.
yeah, that's what I'm wondering, is if maybe we could just slightly alter the terms of the deal to say, hey, can we throw them into the sun at the planet that that you're taking the elves to?
As fun as that would be kind of like announcing that, hey, we want to know where these elves are, so we may come back later. That's trouble.
Well,
Yeah, it's just a matter of how to sell that.
I am not charismatic enough to convince them. And following them would be problematic, as our presence close to their Spelljammers would cause them to slow down. So if we were following them, they would know we were following them.
Not to mention they're all telepathic.
That as well. If they were suspicious, they could just read our minds and ascertain that. A bit different from how I'm communicating with you, by the way.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
we now have Tyler here, and Tyler, hello, welcome.
Hello?
Mic check.
Hungry?
Mic check 1 2 1 2.
Hungry?
Maybe he's not set up yet. I was going to ask him about fixed it. Okay, he's not set up yet.
Okay.
I think our best strategy is to go down there with the wizard like we were planning to do, since we had already planned to do that. And while we've got that wizard, see whether or not they know the scry spell or not.
Yeah, I mean, may as well.
Yeah, and no wizards are very capable of.
Actually, hold on, Nick.
Rolls.
Yes.
In order for me to see and get familiar with the area I was scrawling on, I would have to cast the scry spell, right?
Scribe would not. Yeah, it wouldn't show other people, I don't think.
Yeah, so I need to get a scroll of scry.
Let me just check scrying.
Memory serves, there was something that could be done, but I don't remember what it is. Very vaguely.
Like, druids can cast the scrying spell, I'm just not a high enough level druid.
Mm-hmm.
Get good.
Get good, noob.
Yeah, it specifically says you can see and hear. I don't think they can show other people. Technically.
But if that wizard knows scry, maybe they could make a scroll of it for me.
You can definitely buy a scroll. That's, yeah. You definitely get a scroll.
Anyway, that was my plan. Any other suggestions other than following them as we ask them to throw somebody into the sun?
Oh, we will be following them when we throw people into the sun.
Right, but we don't know that they're going to throw people into the sun at that planet.
Touche.
I think the idea was to throw it in Toral's sun. Or this sun. He kind of just points out a window in the Bluff and Beholder, and
We also need to come up with some kind of excuse of why we've got a wizard along with us when we go down there to talk to the mind flayers.
He's one of our captains for our new ships.
Yeah, that tracks for me.
Okay.
speaking of,
Yeah, I mean, whatever you guys think. As far as throwing them into the sun, yes, it Toral's sun. What they were offering.
Anyway, do we want to go see if we can get an audience with the mind flayers again? Do we want to go hire some crews for the ships? What do we want to do?
Well, we have a few places we could go talk to. The Xena Termination Group about the dragon mind flayer that is the sum of everyone's fears. Or the War Drakes, or Dwarven Boarding Company, or the Longfangs.
Well,
Do we want to hire some companies?
yeah, I think we should. I think we should look into hiring some crews this morning.
yeah, let's take care of that just before we risk our lives. If nothing else, it might potentially give us a few men to de-escalate a situation if it comes up. Not that we're going to rely on them for that.
Well, we have our... Let me pull this out here. Player info armada. We have our 4 ships and the current crews listed. We need crews for pretty much each ship. And I can let you guys individually choose, what you might try to find to hire. On the Rock of Bral, you can find most things that you would be looking for. In this case, I do have a crew of Thrycreen prepared that you guys had already mentioned being interested in. But all of these companies do have some things they can offer. Really just more about who you want to talk to. As for Xeno Termination Limited, they are actually not for hire as a specific spelljamming crew. They can be hired to kill rare monsters and threats.
Right.
They are their own crew.
Like a mind flayer dragon.
Like a mind flayer dragon.
So, Chell, did you want to go maybe talk to the Yakuza and see about joining up with them and getting them to supply you with a crew?
Do you really want me to join the Yakuza?
It just seems like they had a lot to offer you. They knew information about your mother. They knew she was masquerading as some ghost ninja master that taught you how to use your sword. I mean, don't be wrong. I just want you to be happy.
Or it might be some changeling or whatnot that also have seen your mother and is taking her shape as well. No way of knowing until we figure it out.
Are you guys keeping an eye out for nautiloids, from what it sounds like as well, along the dock?
It
Yeah.
never hurts to
Yeah.
maintain a healthy quota to see if and when they start moving the elves.
Go ahead and roll perception checks, and we will count these as just anytime you have the chance to, you're kind of eyeing the situation out there.
I'm so good at these guys. Yeah.
Hey, better.
Oh my god.
I got you, fam.
Chell's so
Is that-
lost and confused.
Yeah, because I'm still harrowing about the assassination that also happened at that dock.
Feb, what do you see?
That
Veb wasn't looking.
You need to roll.
does she have
Oh.
to? Because she wasn't looking.
Yeah, I wasn't
It's in
looking.
character.
You don't have
Hey
to
guys,
roll
sorry,
if
what'd I
you're
miss?
not- if you're not keeping an eye
Uh,
out. Hungry, hello and welcome. We do have a question for you, but first, Twinkle. The party has noticed another nautiloid, and I'll throw it to you since you got the highest. This nautiloid stood out from the others, as it had a red dragon flying on the back of it. It looked a little bit weathered, and it didn't house any illithids. In fact, the crew looked more human than anything. You saw a Goliath, a dwarf, and a couple of
Oh.
humans. They kept their hoods up, hard to see.
Am I familiar with a description of a crew like that?
No,
We are.
no, we're not.
Not in
Actually-
character.
just a red dragon, dwarf. You know what? I don't have all their actual tokens set up yet. Gotta fix your tokens.
But not nautiloid I'm looking for.
Not the nautiloid you're looking for.
This is not the droid you're looking for.
But you do see that those people seem to be here. captaining a nautiloid, nonetheless.
Well, that's weird.
The other couple of nautiloids that you see go in and out are just the 2 or 3 that seem to constantly come and go from here. And on a 26, it doesn't look like they change. And they've not been gone long enough to move any elves. Unless the planet was way too close.
You know, actually, we would recognize the Goliath.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that depends. Do you remember a glancing look at a Goliath from like a
Nah,
month
we
ago?
talked to him.
We were in the cavern before they went up into spice and stuff.
No. We were in his bar.
That's what I mean,
Yes.
tavern,
In Coral.
bar, whatever.
Oh yeah.
Yes, you were. There's the potential that you might recognize just that. I think Twinkle was in there.
Yeah,
Oh, was that their old adventuring party?
It was their old
It was.
adventuring party.
Yeah.
It's nice that we all came back together and settled our differences, guys.
Yeah.
Well, no reason to go talk to those assholes.
I was gonna say, what the hell is Violet doing with them at this time of year?
There's something that the Red Dragon and Violet are doing with the party.
Well, no reason to go talk to those assholes.
We settled our differences, guys. We grew up.
Yeah.
Well,
we were
not
adults.
completely.
Probably
We
not.
tolerated each other on the nautiloid long enough to get here.
You all see almost immediately landing. The dwarf is yelling at the elven women that are annoying the Goliath, and there is an argument ensuing almost immediately on the dock.
Yeah. Oh, I hate that that's in character. He would do that.
So, I guess we should go out and look for crews.
Should we go ask those folks that just showed up?
Nah, they look weird.
What do you mean?
I don't know. Something just tells me I don't want to go talk to them. You guys can go talk to them. Might feel a little bit meta to me, but yeah, you guys can go talk to them.
I'm not overwhelmingly interested. Strange that they have a dragon with them.
Looks like one of those Gith dragons. Or at least all we know is the Gith use them.
You don't think the Gith had finally arrived to deal with the illithids, have they?
My first thought, but I don't see any Gith over there in that crew.
We've also only ever seen one Gith.
That is true. Well,
GIF or GIF?
Gith Yankee.
Oh, okay, GIF.
There are many
The
gifts.
flat-faced people.
Yes. There are many
The
gifts.
pugs of
that-
space.
Wow.
The
Wow.
pugs of space.
Yeah, right. Indeed.
The he who must not be named species.
So, I was thinking I'd like to go talk with the Dwarven Guild about a crew for the Bombard.
Perfect.
Right?
I just thought, the ship looks kind of stocky and big. George likes stocky and, big things. And so, thought we'd go talk to the dwarves about it and see what they have to say.
Yeah, and there was some mention of some Thrycreen that came from Anadia. Might try to hire them, but if nothing else, I'd at least want to talk to them about it. I've not been home in some time, and
So that's
hoping the planet's alright.
two possible crew decisions. Joe, you want to go talk to the Yakuza, or you want to go talk to somebody else?
Hold on a second, just took a bite.
And
Yeah.
also, Hungry, if we can, we were wondering, you were the only one, I believe, that successfully identified Sigil. Did you mention that to the party in the warehouse, or did you mention that at all to Chell?
I didn't Yeah, I didn't. I hadn't said anything about it.
Okay.
I think. I think the initial reaction was just like, "Oh, that's a lot of ships," but no, he hasn't like said anything about it. But I don't think I've actually had like time with Chell necessarily yet around where he was kind of bringing it up. It's like, "Oh, yeah, no, by the way." That was
That's
kind
why I
of the
was
plan with
wondering.
it.
We
but-
kind of picked up that night and that morning in the Beholder where you guys did have time to sit and talk, which is why.
Oh, then he would have told him. He definitely wasn't like holding it out from him. He would have mentioned this. Like, I think you talked about this place. We saw something in the warehouse. This gemstone opened a portal that looked like this place, and we think it was Sigil. So I would have told him for sure at some point if we had like downtime.
Well, that would have been, I guess, like last night or
Exactly.
just now.
Probably this morning, I guess, when we were
Exactly, yeah.
staking something out.
Okay, so she's gonna look over and be like, "Wait, that gem takes you directly to Sigil?"
Well, I'm not entirely sure how it works. Not being a practitioner myself, but the Mercane just walked over, placed the crystal, and a portal opened, and he seemed confident to walk through it himself, so I'm not
Did it
100%
go-
sure if everything we saw was the truth or not, but
Did it go direct to Sigil, or I thought you said it
No,
went
it
onto
was
a
on the
ship?
Mercane ship.
yeah, it went to the Mercane ship that seemed to be in Sigil. But you said there was no direct portal to Sigil, right? And not unless you had your lady's permission or something, so maybe that's like his workaround. Maybe
It
he
would have
teleports
to
to his
be.
own ship.
It would have to be, and
Well,
that's
do you feel like
that's magic that
sneaking
I'm
onto a Mercane ship?
Potentially dying.
Small chance of success, huge chance of danger.
I think I'd want to stake it out first, but well, that changes things.
With what? What you want to do, or your mom, or
Well, it changes a lot of things. It opens up questions of, are there ways in a Sigil that I thought were impossible? Are there or where's this ship currently? Is it still at Sigil? How many Mercane are on it? Could we take them? I don't know. There's a
well,
lot
there's
of
only one way
questions
to
in
find
my
out.
head.
You all see a large Luigi has floated over, and he's tapping a sign on the wall. Hey, I didn't mean to overlisten, but you do have to follow the rules. As he's talking to you, Hungry, the sign reads, "Know your mom jokes."
Luigi, I apologize.
I did not.
All
even
I
know
heard
that
was your mom. Just making sure we're following the
Luigi makes a great breakfast. That's what held me up, by the way. Sorry, I had to have a couple more rounds of it.
Yes,
So, does anybody want me to talk to the
think-
dwarves?
I think you can do that during the day. Maybe we can think about sneaking onto that ship or seeing if it's still in the same spot, whatever, tonight. When it's dark outside, I can kind of become hard to see. So maybe if it's dark where the portal opens up, I have a good chance of getting onto the ship or whatever it is without getting spotted right away. Can get a quick look around.
Well, bear in mind that would mean sneaking onto a site of a murder. Might not be easy.
Oh yeah, I've been wanting to really somehow aim that back at the Mind Flayers too. Ever since we did it that night, I wish we had left some kind of clue. But depends how much heat, I guess, comes from it now, if we need to even worry about it. But sneak into a spot of a murder. I mean, how hard can that really be?
But
If we can go invisible, I mean, pretty helpful.
to backtrack to Twinkle's question, I do think you should at least talk to the dwarves to see if they're willing to join us.
Yeah, and use as well with the Thrycreen. Why not have multiple angles covered?
I mean, we're just trying to crew our own ships. No need to go together for that.
Yeah.
And there's just
I might be able to recruit a few GIF if we need extra hands.
2 more ships to crew then.
Well, I'll need a crew for mine eventually when we get it back, hopefully.
The damselfly. We're talking about Chell potentially joining the Yakuza. That will be entirely your decision. I won't force you.
Yeah, I'm not sure on that. I think I still want to look into it first and understand what this ask actually is.
I admit I don't know much of the Yakuza. Or at least haven't really heard of them the few times I've been here. I wonder if Gunnar would still be willing to join us. Or if he's committed to
Crux.
sticking with Crux. Thank you, Hungary.
Might be a slower ride if he stays with Crux from here on out. With his aim, you know.
No, you guys
Honestly.
can find Gunnar in the tavern, and indeed, he's more than willing to join your crew.
On the Yakuza thing, Nick, when Hungary went with Chell and like knew who they were, did I know if they were like moral alignment wise, like if they were on the just protecting their own people? Some people have negative connotations with them, or are they like good aligned in this version of them?
Well, Shao Town has many. There's kind of a bit of a war between their leaders right now.
Okay.
There are 2 warring leaders, and then one that kind of runs Shao Town like a mayor that kind of just stays above the other 2 in terms of the arguments, just doesn't get into it. But
He's the face.
you know that they definitely have a dark side. There is a thieves guild and an underbaron to them, as well as a nicer side, which is more of what you'll find in Shao Town and in the face.
All right. Yeah.
They certainly get into some
They seem no different than what we're
dark
doing now.
dealings. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, with that, you guys can go around and hire different crews and kind of fill out rosters. So, Twinkle, you mentioned wanting to go speak at the Dwarven Boarding Company. Does anyone go with you?
I'll roll with them if no one else does, for sure. At least so no one's alone. I mean, the Mind Flayers might not know what we're up to yet, but...
I mean, that makes sense. Hungry, you are the captain of the Bombard ship, which I think is specifically what Twinkle was going to crew, to go find crew for.
Yeah, sounds good. And then maybe if I could get about 5 gift that are around town as well. Try to hold them on retainer for my own ship one day.
Okay. Yeah, Hungry, throw me a charisma check.
So good at those. Oh man. 1 second.
Can I give guidance for that check?
No, this is not a specific check that they're doing in front of you. This is a how many friends does Hungry have?
Yeah.
Maybe I could find us on the map. I can't get to my NPC through the adventuring party. There it comes back. Refresh was
the large Luigi at the Laughing Beholder.
So
and you said persuasion, right?
No, just a charisma check. Your charisma is
it's
plus
flat.
0. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a d20.
Surely Hungry has friends.
Hungry. You're like, oh, I could grab a couple of my friends, and you start to think, well, there's well,
I got Gargan Hill.
but you actually unfortunately can't come up with 5 immediately. You would have to try to find some to hire. Had you rolled high, I would have said you already know 5 people ready to go.
You gotta
Well,
buy
they,
your friends.
Exactly.
You know, there's a downside to leaving the ranks and going out on your own. A lot of Gift don't like you anymore.
Nonsense. I'm sure you're a likable fellow. Anyway, let's go talk to the dwarves and see if we can make some of them like us.
Yeah, maybe we have better luck there.
All right. The 2 of you head out to go to the Dwarven Boarding Company. So we'll scoot you guys across town. So that will be to fill up the bombard ship. Where does the rest of the party split up before we take care of that?
I was trying to find
Callie and
information on the
Veb.
war drakes, but I don't see them in the list.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do, was the war drakes.
Let me find the war drakes.
I don't see them in the books.
Not in the books. Let me see now.
Not in the books.
They gotta be in here somewhere. Find the war drakes. There they are.
Where are they?
I didn't mean to type from Hungary. They are right above the low city here.
I don't have friends, but I do know where the word drakes are.
I can't open it. What?
You should be able to open it.
Nope.
Either way, I just posted it in the chat.
Yeah, I can open plot for sale. I can open Strombardi's carvings, but war drakes, nothing.
Well, I just
Weird.
shared it. Let me. Yeah, you guys have access to it. It is.
Oh, anyway.
Configure ownership. It's in there as owner for everyone.
Weird. Okay.
Might be because I have it open. I'll close it. How about now?
Nope.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, I posted it. The War Drakes, you can see, is a small privateer group. They have fleets for hire, so they're actually well known for their fleets that you can hire, and they currently have 4 ships as well, but you can just hire a fleet, a crew. So.
So war drakes? Is that where we're going, Chow?
Sounds good to me.
Alright, so then Callian and Chell head to the War Drakes.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Zeb looks over at Veb. This might not be very entertaining for you, but if you'd like, you can join me on my hunt for a crew.
Bab heard hunt and is intrigued.
Not food.
Perfect.
That
Then-
crunchy exoskeleton.
Veb and Kazeb go
I
to
swear if
meet
I
with the
see you with
Thrycrane.
chunks of Thrycrane, I don't even know what they do.
We'll zoom into the Dwarven Boarding Company. The party, Hungry and Twinkle, make their way past Gift Town, through the Low City, and up to the Dwarven District, which right across from the Illithid Embassy, you can see the strange shell-shaped building standing out like a sore thumb, and you guys actually see kind of a long line of elves out the front.
Twinkle, why do I regret walking this way?
Do I see the girl that was with us on the planet?
Roll me a D100. You do not see the girl that was walking with you on the planet. You see many of the elves, though, from Zarindar, kind of standing in a queue.
I walk up to one of the ones in the back of the queue and just, so what's this for? Directly, just see if I can get them to answer it. What are we all standing around for?
Oh, hi. I'm sorry. I believe that we were supposed to be here, are we not? My apologies.
No, I think so. I'm just curious if you're. Do you know what you're waiting in line for?
Oh, well, yes. Where to be housed and equipped.
Equipped for work or for travel?
Many of us came here with very minimal and meager ends. The Illithid have told us to come to their embassy and to receive our welcoming gifts.
Welcoming gifts. Not specific, though, right?
They offered shelter, protection, and told us that we would have clothing and other equipment that they were to give us.
Cool. Do you know, I guess, the whereabouts of your shelter? So I can come check on you later, just make sure everything went well?
Not yet. I mean,
Okay,
the
well,
queue.
I'll circle back in a few hours here and
Can
see
I
how it's
do
going.
an insight check on him?
He doesn't look like he's lying.
Thank you, Twinkle.
Well, I wasn't so much that he was lying to see whether or not the Illithid were using, some kind of, mass
Under the influence.
control or something like that.
Just as you kind of take a look over and talk to them, there's no sign of any mind control. He seems to be talking on his own intentions here.
One last question. I'm sorry to keep you. The Mind Flayers, have they been kind to you so far?
I've hardly met one. We were simply directed here.
By a Mind Flayer or just mentally?
I believe that his name was Ishathra. You know what? I can't say
Okay.
it.
The person probably here that you're here to meet.
He was in
Understood.
the robes with the floating book. At the floating book.
Floating book. Sounds like a Mind Flayer. Okay, well, like I said, we'll circle back. Make sure you're doing all right. See if the line's moved along any. Twinkle?
And you
Anything
can see
before we-
most of the people on the line kind of seem excited, like they're in a line to receive things. They seem happy.
Especially, they've been kind of standing in a battle arena, so I imagine like housing and clothing is promising and exciting for them.
Didn't they mention that they would make them complacent?
Most like sheep are, right?
Mm-hmm. Sheep don't know what's going on. Yeah, I mean, they brought me here. I do their grazing. I just work here, man.
You
I
walk
get harvested later.
across
We
the
kind of know
street.
where they're headed, anyways. We're just trying to figure out what's gonna do now. I guess I
Hmm.
don't even know why I talked to him. I just worry about him now.
No big deal. Across the street, you can see the Dwarving Boarding Company. A nice, large establishment, clearly made by dwarves, as much of it is made of stone on the lower end, which most of the houses here are not made of stone, typically. A bit harder to kind of move and build. But the dwarves, nonetheless, have used stone for the first few floors of this large warehouse building. And as you enter, there are people kind of coming and going. There's some side rooms. You don't know much of what's going on in there. But you can see it kind of looks like a reception area where you're kind of led to, where somebody who eventually directs the two of you to a dwarf in the back that is currently... Go ahead.
I'm sorry to backtrack real quick. Just before you leave that elf, wanted to ask,
Hey, this is weird, but is there any way I could get like a small like piece of your hair?
Roll a persuasion.
He's the first one they kill.
That would be extreme.
yeah.
I just pluck one. I don't care if he yells about it.
My hair? I'm sorry? What? Why?
Yeah, like this.
Yoink.
Yeah. Maybe even a couple. I'll give him some back, but I'm
Uh-oh. I
getting
think
one
that
for
his
Twinkle.
internet might have shut down.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Hard fail.
I think he just had
You
a.
didn't pull
I
the
think
hair,
he just
you pulled his
crashed.
Ethernet cable.
I pulled the Ethernet cable, yeah. Not the Cat 5. This dwarf art looks pretty dope.
Wrong cable.
Therendor Ice Hewer. Or whatever.
Also just had a welcome to the Discord. Who is that? Is that? Oh, that is the Wednesday member. Icewind Dale Wednesday is a full party now.
Oh,
Welcome back, Trevor. Everything good on your side? Internet stabilized?
yeah, I don't know what that was.
Pull
Well,
the
the
hair,
elf-
not the Ethernet.
The elf says to you, I'm sorry, my hair? Whatever for.
We just, I feel like we've done so much with you guys, and traveling across the universe with you and everything. It's just something to remember you by, because we're gonna miss you so much.
He just wants to masturbate furiously to it.
I'm...
Quiet.
It is,
God.
Quickest way to end a conversation.
it is
All right, let's go.
seen as something that is kind of more of a lover's intent, is it not? To give a locket of hair. Doesn't quite feel proper.
Exactly. Just like he said, Twinkle. He doesn't want to give it, so it doesn't feel proper to give it. Just let's take it.
I'm sorry, what? He looks quite shocked.
Yeah, I'm gonna just try to reach and grab it actually and yoink a doink out of his head.
Sure, give me a sleight of hand.
I give him the help
Yoink,
action.
Okay.
Grab him!
With
Hold this
advantage.
guy down!
With advantage on the help action, they're hungry.
Oh,
This
thank
is now
God.
a fault.
What? Nah. It's fine. We're just going to see the dwarfs.
A 16. You pull a good chunk of hair out.
How bald
ran.
is he now?
I run.
Yeah, we both run.
I take off.
You see, he's kind of shouting, and as you're taking off, an illithid floats out of the door, and you just see him kind of look, and he looks out towards the line, and he looks out towards your party. You hear a mental connection. Please do not disturb the elves. They're under illithid protection.
Did you say they're under illithid
He
protection?
left again.
I
Yep.
think his internet's just crashing a lot.
Alright. Tyler, you take over. Did he
Uh,
respond?
Hungry keeps running.
Yeah,
And it's just
you got-
more like,
You run
it's
into
more
the
like, oh yeah, no, it was more of a misunderstanding. He was in the way. Bye.
you run into the warehouse across the street. Then gone. And he seems
Twinkle
to go back
poofed.
in. Twinkle's not having a good internet time right now.
Like
What the
every
hell?
time
You
I
left me hanging back there, man.
every time I start to speak, I just get like silence afterwards, and I'm like, oh, I disconnected again, didn't I?
Ugh. Well, after
We're in the
running,
warehouse now.
yes, after running from the illithid and from the line of elves that you just stole a good chunk of nice blonde hair from. You run into the Dwarven Boarding Company, and at the far back end, you're quickly, you run up. You're like, we gotta talk to somebody. We're gonna find a crew. They just kind of shove you into the back. You meet with a dwarf. He looks like a very kind of old and grizzled appearance. Um, you can see he's a very old dwarf. He has some naval regalia on, and what you actually see are like these skull designs on what look like badges.
Right, yeah. Welcome. Welcome to the Dwarven Boarding Company. I'm Thrender Iceer. It's a pleasure to meet you. I take it you're looking to hire some dwarven crews for your next excursion. Yes?
Yeah, I'm Twinkle. This is Hungry. We are looking to crew a third class Spelljammer.
Did you say third class? What?
No, Bombard class.
Bombard class? Oh, I thought you were putting yourself at a low rank. Alright.
No.
Alright, well,
I fake laugh too.
we can provide you with a crew for your endeavors. Our rates are fair, and they vary depending on the size of the crew you're looking for, and the duration of the contract you want to sign.
How many people does it take to man a bombard?
Let me double check the minimal crew.
I want to say, was this wasn't the one that was 100. That was like the Dwarven Forge one. It was like 25 for the Bombard.
Yeah. Let me double check the Bombard here. 1 second. Bombard. It has a maximum crew of 12. A skeleton crew would be half of that for 6.
So I think we're looking for dwarves. Currently we don't have any real solid, definite objections in mind. Maybe a month, 2 months, something like that.
Well, we got two typical offers that people take. We got a basic crew of 10 well-trained dwarven mercenaries. They're skilled in naval combat, as well as proficient in any boarding, defensive, and assault tactics you might need. And
Excellent.
that's 500 gold a week. And then we have the more experienced crew. That's 15 dwarves. It's 750 gold a week, but these are elite dwarves. And of course, if you're looking for more of a long-term contract, we could negotiate a more fair and reasonable price for an extended period of time.
Hungry?
How much money do we have above the table? Because I guess missed that when you were talking about that.
Yeah,
Like,
just on
what-
me, I've got about 1,000 gold and about 100 in gems on me.
There's only 1,600 gold left in the party funds, but individually, some of you had some big chunks of platinum.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
was not one of those individuals.
I think it above the table to the rest of you. I don't know if we decided that either, but it sounds like long-term contracts is what we would need more. I mean, we could keep them on a short-term basis, but we could say like a year at a time for them.
Chell, I think, also had some spelljamming helms they could sell.
This is true. Or refurbish for other purposes.
So the party has wealth, might not all be liquid.
Okay. What do you guys think about contracts? What about for half a year at a time or something, or a year, depending on what they normal offer would be, I guess. But we are kind of indiscriminate right now on where we're going after this and how we're going to proceed. So we don't really. I'm guessing we're not going to be like, well, how do you guys feel about mind flayers? So I don't know how you guys feel about contract length, but That's my vote's like a year. Keep them on the longer term.
So yeah, we'd love to negotiate something long term for the crew of 10 dwarves.
Aye, a crew of 10 dwarves for a year. We could do that.
You know, our endeavors have always proved to be fairly profitable, but currently we're a little less liquid in our assets because we're in between jobs while we're at port, and just finished up some intergalactic shenanigans of our own. And you know, part of our endeavors would be to procure more, you know, income to pay said dwarves.
Well, a dwarf crew for a year should only cost you a fair rate of about 24,000 gold. The whole year.
Right, now would that need to be paid up front, or?
Typically, you at least pay the half up front in a contract, but how much liquid are we talking?
How much gold you got on you, Hungry?
I think I have 200 pieces of gold on me. Let me double check. I don't have a lot on me.
Now, you're not planning to pay them
Oh no, I have
with,
2,000.
what you require, right? You have to have something up front.
We could give a fourth contract up front.
Yeah.
Sorry, your mic cut out a little bit on that. You can give them what?
I think we could give about a fourth of the contract cost up front.
Yeah, I think you could get quarterly installments over the course of the year. That's up to you guys to distribute out how you would want each week, but I can't give you all our funds up front and expect you to stay around for the year, can I?
We could do a quarterly installment and an agreement that if the next quarter's not paid, then they won't continue past that point. At that
Wouldn't be an
point-
issue. That's perfect.
All right,
Sounds
then.
like a plan.
A quarter payment. 6,000 up front. You'll have them for 3 months guaranteed.
And they meet us at the dock tomorrow. We'll have the money with us. We can even bring it back tonight, but I don't have the 6 on me at the moment, but we needed to figure the fee first. Don't carry around a lot of funds on me, you understand?
I'll get the contract written up and the crew ready.
See him tomorrow at the dock.
You hire 10 dwarves from the Dwarving Boarding Company. A basic crew at 500 gold a week.
Insight check. Does that feel like we did okay?
Well, you know what? You guys didn't haggle the price down at all. But give me insight checks.
Feels about right. I was comparing it to the lawyer's retainer fee.
The lawyer was expensive.
Okay, well,
12. 19. Yeah, you think you could probably negotiate down. You guys didn't push him at all on the price.
yeah. We'll see how it goes in a quarter. How about that, Twinkle?
Well,
Yeah,
once
sounds
the
good.
contract's written, you're signing a year contract. The price would be locked in for a year.
With quarterly installments, and if we don't pay it, they leave. So
yeah, you could just abandon
if we feel it's a horrible contract
There
for
is-
us by that time up, we can negotiate again or leave. So
There is, of
at
course,
least we gave ourselves an out.
you know,
But we
that,
manned the ship.
that option, so sure. All right.
Well, I mean, from this option also, they're getting paid a flat sum. They don't have access. There was no negotiations for access to anything we may find on
yes,
the way.
they
Either.
are not taking your treasures. No.
Yeah, contract hasn't been signed yet either. But just in general, it's not necessarily a horrible idea. The fact you have at least the quarter. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think
All
it's a
the
bad
insight
gig.
was is
We'll
that
try out, period.
you probably could have tried to charisma it down a bit, right? That's all. You could have tried to
Yeah,
go
well,
for
Yeah.
price.
Or
You
it
get what
could
you
have
pay
gone the other
for.
way with me and
It could have ended up going the other way, sure. All right. So yeah, not bad. You guys have 10 dwarves that'll be ready for tomorrow. Let's scoot over to the war drakes. As we zoom into Callian and Chell heading into the war drakes here.
Do we encounter anything along the way, or just make it there?
You know, you're not going that far, to be quite honest. Yeah, no, not much in the way along that path. Give me a
Is there
D.
any thieves' cant along the way?
let's see. Specifically in this part of town, not that much.
Gotcha.
Not that much. You're actually kind of in what you think is a warring territory of two thieves guilds. What markings you do see is more of like a border of territorial markings, and you're in between. They fight over the lower city. And you guys have been here long enough to know, like, every once in a while a dead body shows up in these alleys.
Where's Veb?
No bodies will show up then. Can I do thieves' cant on the wall and mark that essentially looking to hire help? Visit at the Laughing Beholder. You'll know who we are.
Sounds good to me. You mark some thieves' candle on the wall, an advertisement of your crew. Perfect. Give me a 2d6 as well.
2d6?
Yes.
7. I'm still Starmoth. Ironically, that's the ship I'm trying to crew.
You do see. It looks like a group of drunken soldiers kind of standing out front. As you all kind of approach, one of them says, "Hey, we all joining the War Drakes." Huh? I'm talking to you.
Joining?
You joining the War Drakes?
Came to hear about it.
Oh. I don't know if we like your kind around here.
Then why'd you ask if we were joining?
That escalated quickly.
We're the War Drakes. We ain't got no astral elves.
Chell just kind of looks him up and down, is like, clearly.
Thought all the elves left, Bral. What are you doing here?
Only the dumb ones.
Seems like the smart ones to me.
Just the ones that got beat by a little girl.
You can see one of the guys looks over and he doesn't seem as drunk. He says, "Don't mind them. Just an argument with our new captain. You can go inside if you're interested."
What's the argument about?
She's an astral elf.
Oh, really?
Curious.
Chell just looks at the drunk one and says, "And what was that about having no astro elves in your ranks?"
Just one leading them.
He looks kind of pissed off as he says,
Yeah, we'll see how long she lasts.
and he starts to puke. They are very drunk.
Chell just snidely remarks as she walks by. Don't forget to count those above your rank too.
Can I try to pickpocket him on my way past to get in?
Yeah, sleight of hand.
Okay.
And give me a stealth roll as well.
Rogue got a rogue!
In this conversation, you've gone through 4 pockets. You have most of his things. Roll me a d100.
Oh god.
No.
Don't talk shit.
Like you're stealing
52.
Chell at the same time, just for fun.
No, I'm secretly putting it in Chell's pockets.
You have found like a small satchel of platinum. There's also a ring. It looks magical.
Nice.
And you can see that he had a small booklet that he had, and you haven't had time to go through it yet, but you've snagged it. And as you all walk past and into the building, there are a few small fleets going about. It looks like they're equipping themselves, ready to head out, and a small line of people that seem to be trying to sign up. And you can see the captain they were referring to, as you see an astral elf, long silver hair, kind of sparkling makeup along her face, and she is wearing an astral elven armada outfit, like the Imperial Army armor, but you can tell that she has done her own decorations to it. As the two of you come in, she kind of eyes the two of you walking up. You wait in line for a bit for some of the other people to get out of the way, and eventually you're up to the front. And she says, "Greetings and welcome to the War Drakes. Are the two of you mercenaries looking to sign up?"
We're looking to hire people for our ships.
"Oh, we're here to hire a crew." Actually, do you have your captain's hat on, Callian?
I would.
Then she wouldn't have even said that. She would have looked and said, "Oh, a captain. Welcome." You can see that she also has a captain's hat. She says, "Welcome to the War Drakes. I take it you're here to hire some crews then."
Yeah.
"Well, we offer only the best starfarers and mercenaries that Bral can offer. Most of our jobs are coordinating convoys between towns and defending different ships. What exactly are you interested in hiring today? Of course, we have specific crews, specific races as well. But all of Bral's elite come here."
We tend to do a little bit of everything. We need versatility.
Chell leans into Callian and whispers very quietly in her ear, what do you think her alliances are with the Astral Elves? Or with the Xerxian Empire?
Should
Friend
we
or
put
foe?
it to the test?
So Chell just kind of like cocks her head to one side and says, "What's your thoughts on the Xerxian Empire?"
She looks down at the armor and back up. "It is old Xerixian armor, yes. If that's what you're asking."
That doesn't really answer my question.
"I was in the army."
And your thoughts on the Xerxian Empire now?
"I've not been a part of it for a long time. Are you? Were you? I mean?"
In a way, we were all part of it.
Chell, I mean, I guess, I don't know if Callian is trying to disguise herself, but Chell will go ahead and lift her mask to reveal that she's also got the astral elven eyes, and just be like, "Yeah, I'd say we have some connection to it. I don't know if I would call it good, but, well, a connection. How about yours?"
"Well, I was a part the Empire since I was a child. Trained under them, learned how to fly my first few ships. And I still do crew a Star Moth myself, but, I'm not really for hire. My crew is, at times. But if you're looking for a crew,
Ironically,
you wouldn't be hiring me.
Ironically, I have a Star Moth 2 crew. My friend over here has a damselfly to crew.
Well,
Chell nods.
I'm sure that we could find the right fit for both of you. Do you not want elves? I'm kind of getting that vibe.
If they were ever in allegiance with my uncle, I'm good.
With that, she kind of gives a side quirk and looks at you. And she leans in. Are you... Princess?
I guess that's what you would call me? Not sure, seeing as I'm the only one that holds the ring for Ascension, and he can't ascend.
Callian looks over to, Chell looks over to Callian. Sorry, Chell looks over to Callian and smiles and says, "With that ring and him dethroned, doesn't that now make you queen?"
I would rather not that title.
Okay, Your Majesty.
A
Oh, I
queen
hate you.
would have to be crowned through the legal system of the Xerxene Empire. I'm sorry, I didn't realize who I was speaking with at first. My apologies. I'm sure that we can find a suitable crew for you, and if you prefer elves, we can find them.
Yeah,
It's not
no.
It's not necessarily that we prefer elves. We prefer people who are not going to suddenly sway their allegiance and loyalty the moment they see a dethroned prince.
Well, I can guarantee that none of my crew are loyal to Prince Zelith, if that is what you're looking to hire. Whether it be elf or human or whatever.
That's the preference.
Is there a more experienced crew that you would like then? We offer, of course, many things, and I'm sure that you likely have the funds to support that. We have, well, my elite crew, if you need a defense ship.
We don't really need another ship, we just need the people.
Just to crew your own ships. And the mission, you think you have enough to take care of then? Ship-wise. I see you're a captain here. Must mean you have at least 3.
Yes, we're working on my friend's captainship as well, so she's got her own first ship.
Chell
Excellent.
bows her head.
Well, let's go meet a few crews and see if any of them fit your taste. And they start to take you through what they have to offer. And as mentioned, they have human crews, they have Thrycreen, Gif, pretty much anything you can find on Bral. Dwarves, halflings, many of them are kind of mixed groups. Not a lot of Dracons, because those pretty much stick to themselves in Dracon Town. But other than that, quite a large mix of options. Not too many elves anyway, and as you go through, she maybe cuts a few of them out of the potential as she looks through. And give me insight checks on her.
I was looking at my inventory. Yeah.
You see no ill will. You see nothing to worry about throughout all of it as she goes through this. and kind of similar pricing that she offers for a crew. What they charge is 400 gold per week, rather than the 500. They do
Chel's
have
gonna
more
try and
expensive
negotiate that.
crews, but depends.
She's gonna Chel's gonna try and negotiate that and talk about how, like, you know,
Callion's
is
gonna help.
yeah, not in service of the queen of the Xerixian Empire, but rather in service of cleaning up the mess of the royal family.
Hmm.
Well,
So,
a basic
you know.
crew is typically 400 gold per week just to pay for their own income. We make other contracts and negotiations, but that's one of our cheapest prices. The skilled crew costs anywhere from 800 to 1200, and to add a mage to the service is typically 1,000 gold.
Yes, but this would also be long term. So rather than having to figure out whether they're going to have a job from week to week, they're going to know that they're going to have a stable income for a solid year and never have to worry about the next paycheck coming. So wouldn't that be worth stability, or wouldn't stability be worth a little wiggle room in the overall long term price? You have to consider that we'll have to take into account paying everyone. So
Yes, well, that is taking into account the crew that you would hire. A basic crew, normally 400 gold. If that's what you're interested in, what would you propose payment-wise? Or do you want the more skilled crew?
How many weeks are there in a year?
So, at 400 gold, 400 times 4, it's pretty much the same as what we have here. 400 times 4
Gotcha.
would be 1,600. So just so you're clear timeline wise, clock and all of that with the 10-day and with those months, that's Faerun's timeline. Most of space goes off of a time denominator that we are pretty used to, which is a 7-day week and 4 weeks in a month. 12 months in a year.
So our basic crew is cheaper than your guys' dwarf crew.
It
If
is
we do
cheaper.
400 times 4 times 12.
It is 100 gold cheaper. Theirs was 500 a week. They do offer, there's the possibility of going lower here. But that is the basic crew. The skilled crew is 800 to 1200 gold, depending. And then you can get mages for an additional 1,000 gold a week. And you can get priests, clerics, for anywhere from 600 to 1,000 gold a week, depending on if you want one or two.
how about a mage, a priest, and the rest as basic crew? And let's say we'll do 400 for the basic.
But 1,000 total between the other two, so I mean.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah, roll me a persuasion with advantage.
Alex, what's your persuasion?
+2.
+7. Got it.
I'm sorry, yeah, +2, yeah. You do it. Yay.
Hey.
Well, 1,000 is typically what would only cover the mage. If you want to add a priest as well,
But this is long term.
how long exactly is the contract to be written for?
A year.
I'm on your contract. How much did you want to pay up front?
I look at Chell.
Chell shrugs. She doesn't have the money.
Well, I have 300. Well, we can also fence off Spelljammers and stuff. We can meet up later to pay. We will pay quarterly. I don't even know how much money that'd be. I can't math that math.
It would be 48,000 for a year for both crews.
Yeah, we only need 12,000 gold.
12,000 up front.
12,000 up front, and we could make quarterly contracts. I'm sure the royalty of the Zrixian Empire can scrounge up that small, meager amount.
Yeah.
That's the fun part is taking down an empire tends to also take down all of
Your
your
money.
coffers. So building up an armada from scratch is, well, from scratch. So give us a little time to boop.
Just his internet again, I think.
Oh no,
Nope,
it's the
it's
wrong
not him.
person.
Beb
Wasn't
just
me
went
this
into
time.
AFK. Oops. Instead of dragging her, I moved. Drag her down.
Oh, it was Becca.
Yeah, just auto AFK'd.
I was about to say, speaking of, there is totally a plasmoid, the last we checked, was casually dingling around with like 11,000. Just inner mass somewhere.
Veb, how much money's you got?
Becca has 11,000, yeah. But with
Or
that,
else-
Keeping in mind,
That-
Twinkle and
that
Hungry are
money.
already 3 grand short of what we had planned to give to the dwarves.
with that, you guys have an offer from the War Drakes that they will put together a few crews. You know the price of a basic crew is only 400, and they're willing to go a little cheaper. And if you're not able to put up for the priest and the mage, then that price would drop a lot. But we'll see what you guys can do.
How much would it be for just the basic crew without the priest and mage?
It's typically 400. The mage and priest, you were adding an additional 1,000.
Okay.
But normally it's 1,000 each. We talked them to half price on both.
Yes. So it's you're actually half price here. It would normally be for a mage, a priest, and a basic crew would be 2,000. You'd be paying 1,000.
See?
And that's per week?
Week.
Okay.
4,000 a month, 48,000 a year.
Gotcha.
I think that's worth it just because I talked them down to half price.
And that's 10 people plus 2 specials.
Yes.
Okay.
A priest and a mage.
We will come back later once we have the money. And for you to also get the contract ready.
Perfect. Then we will get a crew equipped ready, and when you have the money, then we'll get this contract signed.
Sounds good.
Sounds good. And we leave. And on our way back, I'm going to look at Chell and be like, do you have anything we can sell?
Yeah, I've got some Spelljammer helms I told you about.
Oh, fucking thank God. We have that. I have my old armor. Granted, it's not that special, but...
Spelljamming helms are
know.
worth a lot.
You get back and Twinkle immediately goes, "Just
What? You cut out.
On our way
I got
back, I am gonna... On a different wall a little bit farther away, I'm gonna put Spelljamming helms for sale. Meet us at the Laughing Beholder in Thieves' Cant.
Okay.
So we're just gonna get a bunch of thieves just arriving at the.
The
Yeah!
beholder.
It's gonna be overrun by thieves, and they're gonna be like, "What the fuck is this shit?" And I'm just gonna be sitting there like, "Yes."
And Luigi
they're
could take all of them if he wanted to, I'm sure.
We zoom over now to Kazeb
He's a perfect babysitter
and-
for a bunch of thieves.
and Veb, who have been summoned to meet the Thrycreen crew.
No, they're going back to Gasper's, but Please don't try to steal the book again. I don't want to try to rescue you from the astral sea from being eaten alive by scabbers.
The first task for the Thrycreen, heist.
And just confirming, you're there, Veb, yes? I pulled you out of AFK, so... You might not be.
Uh-oh. Becca?
Sorry, I'm here.
Okay.
What's up?
Nothing. We will take care of your interactions here. And Kazeb mentioned, as you guys are heading back to Gasper's Reclamations, the area that sold that book, mentioned... Well, do you want to repeat it? Not steal.
Oh no, the whole book situation, Veb already got angry and gave up on that. And then all I heard was, you need money? Veb has money.
We do need money.
But we don't know
Oh.
that yet.
Yeah, we'll
I
talk
need
about it
Yeah.
later.
Alright.
to figure it out.
All right. Kazeb, as you guys enter, you see the Thrycreen crew already there waiting for you, and you can see their captain in the front. Not a magical captain's hat like Callian has, but wears a captain's hat nonetheless, a nice fitted pirate hat. And he has a small crew of 5 Thrycreen, and immediately starts a conversation with you in your head as he sees you enter.
Welcome. I'm Captain Gulikwe. This is my crew. You're the Spelljammer that has requested us. Yes?
That is correct, yes. I have a scorpion ship at the dock that is yet to be crewed. And Casper had mentioned you might be available.
You see, he clicks to the rest of his crew. It's a scorpion ship, and some of them look all happy. And one of them's like, "Yes, I knew it would be." And he says,
We would be pleased to house a scorpion ship. We got kicked off of the last crew for talking in their heads too much.
Well, considering that I am the only member of the ship thus far, that will not be an issue.
Yes. We were excited to hear Thrycreen was hiring.
I have also heard you are from Enadia.
Indeed. All of my crew originates from Anadia.
I too originate from Enadia. So I must ask, have you been back on Enadia in the last 10 days?
Not in the last 10 days.
But perhaps since after the incident with the Xerixians.
We have visited the planet. Yes. It still stands, though fractured.
That's preferable, but it's good to hear that my colony might be alive. Speaking of that, I don't immediately recognize any of the Thrycreen, do I?
"Give me a history check."
Da-da-da. 21?
None of these Thrycreen look immediately recognizable. In fact, you know none of them come from your crew. They have different colorations. Or your tribe, rather. Different colorations, different kind of mannerisms. What you
Yeah.
notice is that the crew here looks like a kind of modge podge of different Thrycreen colonies put together. And the captain says,
I take stragglers, ones that are often kicked out of their tribe. Bring them to Bral. Teach them of wild space.
Well, that is an interesting coincidence that I have met you today. I'm here for a similar reason. Well, enough about history. I am indeed interested in hiring you. Do you have a rate you'd like to go by?
Hmm. We only charge typically per mission. We don't work too many long contracts. How long is the contract that you're offering?
I have the strangest feeling. My companions have also asked for long-term contracts, so I think I will request a long-term contract. A year.
A whole year of our crew would run you 200 gold a week. We would want some upfront payments, but there's only the 5 of us. For the whole year, it wouldn't even cost you 10,000 gold.
They're speaking to our hearts.
Eh,
And we have a skilled crew. Let me introduce you to each of them. He
interested.
Shows you to the navigator. She, Alchatha, has a very deep blue and colorful carapace that you recognize as a tribe that is closer to the poles of Anadia, the colder weather.
Well, what could consider to be cold.
Yes.
Cold, not 130.
It's
Water
like
tribe.
survivable. Versus right in the middle of fucking desert.
I can double check. I believe Anadia does have cold ice caps. Let me double check.
I think they're more green ice caps because that's the only place where life can grow.
Oh yeah, you're right. It's a little bit more green.
You lived in the desert, meanwhile, like 70 miles up the road or something. There was like temperate climate.
Yeah, most of
Beaches.
your planet is red, and then the caps are the only area with forestry and any real life. Here's a zoom out view of Anadia from space here. Red in the middle, green on the caps.
That looks like Earth, but someone
live in the
painted
red
a
bit
meteor
because-
storm in the middle.
Living in the red bit means I don't have to
Catch
deal
up
with
on their
the cold.
photocopy scan.
Yeah.
But they seem to be a navigator, trained in reading star charts.
Nick, which one of those stars behind Anadia are we on right now?
You are not on one of those stars. You would have to see Saloon, the moon, to see where you guys are at. You guys are in the tiers of Saloon that trail the moon.
It's a good enough answer for me.
Fair.
You see
It's a good answer.
You see Engineer Aldrich. He looks almost as old as the captain, which is like only in his 30s. And he seems to be somewhat skilled with ships, with repairing them, and with Scorpion ships' mechanics and their claws and everything. As you speak with him, he seems rather informed on the repairing of a ship in almost to the degree that it's kind of memorable of a halfling that you once met. You see Scout Cricket. She is a trained warrior and scout, a spotter for the party. That is Cricket.
Yep.
And just seems to be more of a kind of a more recent grab from the planet. A scout from the tribe used for the same purpose on the ship, and a warrior, which they are currently using as a chef. He finds that his many hands help him cook. His name is Aldrich Knack. A veteran warrior from a somewhat defeated tribe on Anadia, he says.
I realized he gave one Thrycreen 6 arms.
He's got extra arms.
That is a strange appearance. I've never seen Thrycreen with 6 arms.
My tribe was mostly killed. We were all rather skilled warriors from the south of Anadia.
Well, I commend your survival up to this point.
The captain says,
A meager fee for a crew this skilled.
9,600 gold for the whole year. We'll work out the contract. We would love to man your scorpion ship.
I nod, and I would love to have you aboard my crew.
Nolan
Shake
looks
the
over and
captain's
says, I think negotiations are going well, but I can't hear a damned thing. How is it? Is it a good fit?
I'll just start chirping a kind of a mocking laugh. But yes, negotiations are well. I will be taking your crew off your hands for a time.
Wonderful. Well, I'm glad Gasper's reclamations could find what you're looking for.
And just out of a hunch, she would be interested in reclaiming any particular magic items we acquire on our journey.
Well, of course, that is what the storefronts are for. We'll purchase anything you find.
Well, I will return if I find anything. Regardless, I'll continue with these negotiations to let them know what they are in for, as well as securing payment. How much do you want for an upright payment then, Captain?
We could take monthly payments, or you could give a larger chunk for some of them to leave on Bral for security.
I am more than satisfied giving you your initial monthly payment. Is that agreeable?
Agreeable for now. We'll have a contract written. We'll meet you at your ship.
One thing I did not appreciate leaving Anadia. I still hate writing. But it is helpful.
We have Gaspers do the contracting for us.
I'll include Nolan in this telepathic call. Well, you would not mind helping write us a contract, would you?
I've already begun it, and you can see that he's scribing right now.
Appreciable. It is at this point I kind of realize who my company's with, and I look to see what Veb's up to.
Veb, are you up to anything?
Vev is muted. Vev is just looking around, and every once in a while, Thrycreen will make interesting questions about food, not necessarily about their food, but just food in general, and kind of ambiguous questions like about the crunch and other things, and they'll just seem confused.
Veb, give me a perception.
Mm-hmm.
An 18. You can't help but gleam a look over at the book in the corner.
Uh-oh.
It's there.
It is there,
It's sitting there.
And he's currently writing a contract.
under a small glass case, small golden lock.
Is this the same
It's the same
merchant with the
book.
glasses?
It is, it is.
Glasses on.
Glasses are not on right now. No.
Glasses are not on.
No.
Oh, well then, fuck. Alright, Veb's gonna make my move.
So proud of Veb.
First. Boop, boop, boop. You know, you gotta do the thing. And then.
Slipping to the corner, go invisible.
You need me to do a stealth and a sleight of hand? What am I doing?
Be a stealth and a sleight of hand if you're trying to get the book.
Hmm. No.
An 8 and a 13. You do have an inspiration if you want to re-roll any of those before I roll his perception.
Yeah. So I guess the best one to reroll would probably be the sleight of hand.
The sleight of hand will not pick the lock. You need a 15.
Yeah.
That
Well,
20.
there you
So
go.
20. I'm gonna roll a perception for him. The DC is 16 on the stealth. And notice something invisible. He seems quite busy and distracted writing up a contract.
Oh my god.
I'd like to also roll perception just to see if I notice what's going on.
Go for it.
Because I was looking for her. Don't see her
No
either.
bonus. You turn
Yeah.
around and Veb is gone. And like, speaking of Rue, wait, where did she go? As you look around, you don't quite see Veb. But in the corner, a lock gets picked by some very amorphous jelly pushing into the hole and clicking the right buttons as you can kind of maneuver into almost any small keyhole. You see, it's not that secure, to be quite honest. It's kind of a display piece. One that he seems quite proud of, out in this small glass case in the front. You lift the book, slide it into the invisible jelly as it morphs with you. It melds into invisibility.
Veb will book it.
The last thing you hear, Kazeb, is just a little ringing of a door. And Nolan looks up. Welcome to Jasper's information. Did someone come in? He puts on the glasses.
No, no one had come in.
I swear I heard someone come in. Oh, their contract's almost done, nonetheless. And he hands you a piece of paper with the contract written on it. Veb, you slide a nice-looking book into the streets.
I love that. It's like, okay, I'm not worried about. Oh, it's unattended. I'm worried about it. Okay. Opportunity? Okay.
He's distracted? Oh no.
The rest of you eventually regrouping together.
I'm just sitting at the Laughing Beholder.
Yeah, let's get you all there. Let me roll a d20. Okay. Nobody has come into the Laughing Beholder immediately, Callian. You think it would take at least till tonight.
Yeah.
But no immediate notice. Nobody has immediately just shown right up. But the group kind of regroups, and we'll give you a minute before we go on break here to chat before we do a 10-minute break. As all of
guys.
you are back together having a drink. Large Luigi serves a nice ale to each of you, and
Welcome back, everyone. Hope you're enjoying the rock.
Yeah.
Hey, Nick.
yes.
Could you unlock Crux's lamprey for me? I want to drag over the minigun.
Well, it's
Oh.
not. You can't take the minigun. I have to drag it.
I tried to, but I don't have access to the lamprey,
Yeah.
so
I
I
think
can't.
I have to do it.
Can I insight check Luigi? Does he know?
Does he know? Yeah, give me an insight.
He knows everything, right?
There we go.
No, but that parrot certainly does.
You see, he looks down and says,
Well, not the best roll.
Oh well.
Not the
He
best
does
roll.
know everything. He broke the fourth wall. I tell the group that Twinkle and I got the 10 dwarves at 500 gold per month, week, whatever it would be.
You could have got a better deal than that.
Did you
Well,
even try?
Excuse me.
Mm.
He flips
Okay,
away.
Well,
no.
yeah, we tried.
Yeah,
That's how we got the dwarves.
we actually made our way over there. So, side note, we found a bunch of elves.
Holds up a chunk of hair.
Oh,
That's just hair hungry.
You remember I was talking to you about the scrying spell and how I needed something to be able to scry on? Got it.
Oh,
Ye-
because that sounded like I'm very excited.
Here you go, Twinkle. You can have this.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Maybe you want to have Veb eat the scalp of it a little bit, just to get the.
No. I need as much of it as I can get.
Oh, okay.
You didn't just.
bad food.
Beb, is that a book in there?
No,
Veb, you read?
I eat.
Did you eat a book?
Hey,
Among
Fab.
other things.
There's just like a big square of like she's trying to cover it with the.
Veb just throws money
flashlight.
at them as soon as they start asking questions. Look, distraction!
Thank you.
I grab a piece of gold and take a bite out of it. Yep, this is real.
So
That
on
just
the subject
looks
of gold,
bad.
we got about half of between me and Hungary of what we're gonna need to cover the dwarves for the first quarter of the year.
Yeah, we kind of set them up on like a year contract, but with the option to stop it at any quarterly period. We haven't signed the contract yet, so
Oh, we're just doing quarterly with ours, and I need 12,000 gold.
12,000.
Yeah,
How many men did you get?
Yes.
12.
Oh, well, yeah, sure.
Well, we got 10, and we need about 6,000 gold to clear the first quarter. We got about 3,000 between the two of us, so we only need about 3,000 more.
I
Well,
also
I
put
do-
up some stuff. People
Yeah.
are gonna meet us here tonight. It's fine.
I'll go ahead
Well,
and
I do-
remove the 2,000 from my inventory and just kind of let Nick,
Yeah,
if you want to
I'll
put it in the
do
group funds.
Well, I do have a couple of spelljamming helms that we can sell.
Yeah, that was one of the ads I put out. Oh yeah, that's right. You can't read what I wrote.
And I wasn't there.
Awkward.
So. But
Yeah, I
that's
put some ads up. You know, just normal shit. And yeah, so people are gonna meet us here.
Oof.
uh,
Just side note, for the scrying plan, if we're gonna go with a scroll, I also need about 3,500 for that scroll.
just out of pure curiosity, we could try to see if our friend over at Potts could assist with funding for that one. As part of paying for a wizard.
Yeah, well, we got to go talk to him anyway.
Yeah. Mhm.
Speaking of that, nothing's really changed with the Illithid ships out there.
I mean, there's a new one.
Well, they're under the protection of the Mind Flayers and getting housing and food and clothing right now.
And
Well, now that we got the hair from that one elf, we really don't need to follow them anymore.
And I would
we
say, to that note, Kizeb, they did offer to fund the operation, so you don't think that's an issue at all.
So we could very comfortably get scrying scrolls.
At least one.
At least one. I'm not
Fantastic.
sure how many times they'll let us try. But at least one. That's good. We should still check in with them anyway, just to let them know that our plan is.
We were going to go over there to get a hold of the wizard to go down and check on the mind flayers.
You were
Just
to take
throwing
him
this
with you
out there
into the
again
business.
tonight. Being dark, we also maybe wanted to check out the warehouse.
Why are we going to the warehouse?
I think it was connected to Sigil, which was important to Chell, so we can always wait. It was just more of a...
I feel
We're
like we
here
got
and
a
it's
lot of
dark.
stuff going on right now, and Chell, I know you want to get home, but didn't you just state that your mom's not home at Sigil?
And
Yeah, I mean, I'm not in any particular rush to get back there. It's good to know that there's a possible option to get there quickly.
Yeah. There might be a
And-
few unhappy Mercane convinced, but otherwise it is a way to Sigil.
I mean, you all murked one pretty easily, right?
Yeah, pretty easily.
Not by surprise. Since,
I beat the shit out of him.
but there are several, and we don't really know what they're all capable of. I'm not going to test that really quickly. I'm not planning to. And speaking of crews, I did get a crew of 5 Thrygreen.
They
Relatively
worked
cheap.
out.
Yes. They were only asking for... The total for the year was
9,600.
9,600 for a year. So
800 a month.
960 a month. 800?
800 a month.
Oh.
There's 12 months. Not
Oh
10.
my god. Ah. I'm sorry.
You got the worst deal
Great.
out of everybody.
800 a month? How much are you paying a week?
Oh,
200? That's just math.
Yeah, I have a crew 200 a week, and I agreed to only pay them per month. So
Well,
I
look,
can comfortably
we
pay
can
them out of my own pocket.
talk back and forth over who forgot to haggle over prices.
Ironically, I did not even haggle them. They were just really excited to get on the Scorpion.
what?
What is the total of gold, I guess, we're going to be looking at having to chip in each month for the staff of all 3 ships?
Well, as mentioned, I could comfortably cover 2 months straight of my own crew. I'm worried
I
for
can
the
cover 300 out of the 12,000 gold needed. Currently.
12,000.
Oh, I feel like we need to explain it a little bit better because we didn't explain it. We also hired on a mage and a healer.
Oh, that's useful, sure, but
Where's
Not at
the
a half price.
the
you know,
family's funding the operation to rescue the elves, but where are we getting the funds, I guess, per month for this? What's our plan to do that?
Well,
Well,
We
I
have
mean,
jobs we can do.
right.
yes, but we should immediately figure out how we're paying 12,000 for one crew, and
Yeah, people are gonna be coming here. Don't worry about it.
the ads.
Yeah.
You're trying to sell the Spelljammers to who?
I'm not selling Spelljammers. I'm selling the
Oh,
hounds
The Helms. Hell,
to people.
don't call me crazy, but it would not happen to be people related to that incident. Just points at Veb.
What incident with Veb?
What incident? No incidents.
Veb, I see the book, and I know exactly which book that was.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Sure. He just shakes his head and looks away. Anyway, thieves.
Where?
I don't see thieves here.
As you say that, you hear the door jingle as what looks like Clown walks in.
Hungry
Twinkle
leans in.
activates her.
Twinkle.
Twinkle activates her Starfire form and goes, "Oh, it's your mother."
No,
Also, I
Hungry tries to keep Twinkle from doing that by just kind of stepping in the line of sight and letting calmly before they even like Twinkle could even see like if I could catch it first, just kind of calmly be like, "Hey, don't freak out, but might be a clown in here. Just remember, we're all with you."
Fairness, that's a pretty hot clown.
You hear squeaky shoes. You see a red
Oh
nose.
God, I hate their fucking shoes.
Yeah.
And you see her
Alright.
look over to your group and
That's
start to
Twinkle.
beeline in that direction as we take our 10 to 15 minute break.
I will absolutely have the Steel Defender in childcare protocols and just catch Twinkle and run away.
Let's do a quick break, everybody. When we come back, we will pick back up with this quick meeting and then kind of finish up some deals here on Braille. I'll be right back.
Because I'd imagine Gizeb absolutely had to do this at least once with USBC.
So,
Walk into a bar with too many constructs.
so looking at it from a quarterly perspective, which it sounds like we all pretty much signed on for with the cruise, how much does everybody need to sell the Spelljamming helms for to be able to afford the cruise that we just signed on?
So we got 12,000. What was your guys's?
Total?
Mm-hmm. For a month. Quarterly, sorry.
Quarterly, ours is 6,000. But me and Hungry have $3,000 between us without selling anything.
We need 18,800 per quarter to pay our crew.
Is that not including Kazebs?
That's including Kazebs.
Sounds more manageable when we talk about it in the macro scale instead of like the little number without. I couldn't keep it straight of what we were owing.
Right.
So that's quarterly.
Yeah, which is what we agreed to so far with the dwarves, that we would pay them quarterly. It's up to them to distribute it out amongst their own staff as needed.
I almost debated. It's 27,600 for a full year of the Thrycreen plus the other two crews for a quarter.
Now, I am just going to point out, though, that's 3 out of our 4 ships. We still need one more crew.
How is that 3?
No, I think you mean the Violet Rose Hungry ship, but we don't have it, right? So
Oh no, we have
We
4
crewed
ships.
We
our
do have
two.
4.
We crewed our 2 ships together with our individual
okay.
one.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
why.
Yeah.
That's why yours is so fucking expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
the
what I
two
was
of
trying to
us
get
That
at.
went
initially
together.
too, 'cause
We're 2 ships.
yeah, that's why I was like, wait, how much? But I connected it.
Yeah.
So
We're
overall,
2 ships.
how do we feel? Pretty good.
I am confident I can fund my Thrycreen crew.
Okay, well they're basically working for slave wages, so sure.
Oh, I forgot to look at the shit I stole off the dude.
Yeah.
Look at that. Why did y'all get a healer?
Just to have one.
Contingency.
Why not?
I mean, for all you know, I mean, I am totally hanging on to a 5,000 gold diamond for the off chance.
I mean,
that
that's what I'm saying.
I-
4 out of our 6 party members have healing spells.
Yeah, maybe we cut that cost.
Hear me out.
Okay.
Counter argument.
We're all on different ships. Yes?
Yeah.
Just
Who
gonna bring
can heal
versatility.
on each individual ship through all the ships?
I mean,
I crash land the Star Moth I run over to there.
The Star Moth is mine. Like, the
Well,
Scorpions got
It's grappled
Kazeb.
onto the Star Moth. Technically, I can heal on both ships. Just hang on to it inside like a leech.
But
I mean, I can
Yeah.
heal on the Bombard. Veb can heal on whatever ship she's on, because Veb can heal whatever ship he's on.
Yeah.
Myself every now and then, you know.
But then there's Kellyan's ship, the Star Moth.
that has no healer.
Nothing. I'll permit it. It is your money out of your pocket anyway. Kind
So
of.
my thought was we have at least 6 people on, so we have 12, 10 crew plus 2 specials. So my thought was we put 6 of them on Callian's ship, 4 of them on my ship. I take the mage and Callian takes the cleric, because the mage is more likely going to have things at a distance that they'll be able to do, also like communications and whatnot if we need to, while
We get
going out
stepping
on
stones.
scouting missions. Whereas Callian's on one of the fighter ships, and you know the damselfly is not going to be engaging as much as the star moth probably, so it makes more sense for her to have a cleric.
Okay.
And it also
So
makes sense for us to have a
30,000
backup
gold
mage
per quarter.
because yeah,
Essentially. Well, no. 30,000 for the 27.6 for the first quarter. And then after that, it's only 18,000 for every quarter after that, because Zeb's crew is paid for the year.
Sounds doable.
All right.
What about bringing Crux back in? Having him maybe just available for us. If we ever aren't available to our ships ourselves, we get pulled somewhere else. We're not able to be there to make sure the ships are doing the mission. We will need someone trustworthy.
Ships.
If we bring Gunner back, we're absolutely putting him on the bombard and making him man the cannon. That is his only job.
If Crux would like to be back, I mean, his ship aside, he could definitely. It's not captain because he doesn't own 3 ships, sure, but captain a ship and if needed, and take charge of a crew again.
Mm.
From what Nick was explaining to us when we parted ways with Crux, that Crux is pretty much done traversing for a while.
Yeah, he doesn't have to be all the time like full staff, but if we ever need someone trustworthy, we have maybe him. I don't really know of another person we would maybe. I don't really trust Gargan Hill that much, but also an asset at some point, maybe because he can turn things invisible.
Let Luigi.
Luigi, I don't know if he would leave his bar.
No, he wouldn't.
Sounds like we have a, I guess, structure, but is our immediate plan to stalk the elves a little longer and see when they're leaving, or
I mean,
Yeah.
at this point, I figure, you know,
yeah, why
give
not?
it a
Right.
month. I mean, that's
All right, time
Yeah.
warp.
Get back to it. Perhaps we could do something else while we're waiting for elves to be transported off.
That's why I mentioned the warehouse earlier, but
The warehouse.
we have other things we
I
wanted to
think we're
do.
about to
So,
get dragged into clown shenanigans.
oh
Yes,
yeah,
there's a clown just walked in, and my steel defender is somewhere in the vicinity to take Twinkle to safety in a moment's notice.
yeah. Hungary definitely tried to like break line of sight, just be like, hey man, just keep it cool. We can take them. No need to be the confident one here. Be the top lobster.
One clown doesn't mean all clowns. Twinkle.
Something smells funny.
I think it was the sushi Luigi just gave us.
I'll be right back.
Alright. Yeah, there you go. You two still haven't thought of a name for your bombard, have you?
Don't think so.
Yeah. How about you, Callian?
Starmouth has a name. It's had a name since last week.
What was the name?
I don't know. It's in the Armada sheet.
Ooh, hungry. How do you feel about the bombastic?
Oh,
Bombastic side eye.
when we get hungry to reply again, we'll definitely. Yeah, there. Then I figure call the Scorpion Scavenger. Feels pretty generic, but nothing really stuck with me.
So if we sell 2 of the Spelljamming hymns, we ought to be able to make up the cost of our cruise then. for at least the first quarter of the year.
Plus more.
Yeah. And then from that point, we just find some work. Or just go and harass something with priceless artifacts of steel.
And none of these contracts include them getting any part of our shit.
Right. Which is important.
We keep all of our own shit.
That is true. That was not discussed. And then there's Veb, who still has not spent any of her own money.
Why? Bev just finds opportunities. They just come to
Oh.
him. I mean, no one asked until Veb was like, "Oh, hey, you need monies? I have the plats. I still have these rock thingies to get rid of. Oh, hey, now I have these plats."
How many plats do you have, Veb?
What do, friends? What need? Veb has, oh god, okay, apparently it was all turned into gold by Nick. I got 11,000 gold and 201.
Well, that could make up a fairly substantial chunk of the money we're talking about. If you
So
ever
Veb will
wanted to-
just, before people start asking questions about what book went missing, what? I don't know. Oh, hey, money. Hey, look, money. You said you need money for crew? Here, money. This money, right?
Yeah. Because Zeb's just shaking his head next to her, just praying that he doesn't figure out that the plasmoid right next to me didn't steal the book. He will not find out.
What book theft?
Not find out.
What? No.
So is that the
thefts.
charisma book you were after?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's worth 100,000 gold.
Yup.
120.
100. Yeah, I was like either 120 or 50 or something stupid.
Speaking of books, Chell,
Yeah.
how attached were you?
It always
Agreed.
It always takes so long to make goddamn chicken. I fucked up anyway. I didn't start the fry later. Sorry about that, guys. I'm gonna have to
You're
jump
fine.
and grab it in like 5 or 10 minutes.
You're good.
But let's.
How dare.
I know. Excuse me, though.
Everyone
Let's-
else saying it's okay. I'll say something else. I don't know.
Yeah.
Panda just being a little shit, you know.
Nick, you
let's-
son of a bitch.
I know.
I'm
It
in.
How
sounds
dare
like
you.
it sounds like you're not even at your goddamn computer, you son of a bitch.
You would be correct in that assumption.
He's like, no, right now I'm peeing.
Mhm.
Well,
Oh, right now I'm smoking sativa.
There you go.
yeah.
While we
you're
were
not
sitting
even
there,
off
though,
yet.
Yes.
I would have gone through the shit that I stole from the dude, trying to figure out what all I got.
Oh yeah.
I got some book. I got a magical ring of some sort. I got other stuff, but I forgot.
Yeah. The ring.
My brain just blinked.
You got a bag of platinum, a ring, and a book.
Yeah.
It's 52 platinum pieces, the D100 you rolled. Unless I'm remembering that incorrectly. It is on the ring. Here it is. Roll a D27.
Slash roll 1d27.
27.
Uh-oh.
Fitting.
15.
Trippy.
That's a pretty nice ring. Now, you guys don't have identify or anything, right?
Negative.
No. So you spend an
just
hour
remember.
with it, and you will be able to tell exactly what it is.
Yeah, I think
Not a
I
big deal.
unprepared identifier.
Ooh! What's in it?
That's a good question.
If anything.
It would have some spells ready. I have to put a list together because you can have store up to 5 levels worth of spells at a time.
5th level Ring of Spellstorm? Jeez.
You know, for a treasure collector, hungry actually sucks at treasure collecting.
Oh no.
I keep giving away a lot of money, and I'm just like, no items in my inventory, and I'm like, you know what? I got a ship somewhere. That's fine.
You did have a lot of platinum. You gotta go get
You have
that
an
ship
altruism
back.
problem.
Well, he's making up for lost time. But I was thinking like sleight of hand and all that. I was like, he's actually not good for this. he's a kill and collect, not a sneak in and collect.
It has disguise self spell and invisibility twice.
Just gonna point out that ring is worth more than the crew you just bought.
I stole it.
The book is worth more than everything you guys have. The helms
Okay.
are worth a shit ton too. You guys can sell it.
To be fair, our little armada we have is technically where our money is.
True. You know what? Let me go make sure my chicken doesn't burn, and when I come back, we'll talk to the juggler. Just because I'm gonna end up talking and then it'll burn. I'll be right back.
Yeah, that ring holds more spells than my bow.
That
That's
ring
ridiculous.
holds more spells than my spell book.
Acquired.
See, now I can just put cure wounds in the spell storing ring, and you don't need that healer.
What was that? I couldn't hear you over the fact that I acquired multiple things. I also got a notebook of some sort. No idea what that is yet.
Tinkle can also port us to where the fuck we want.
Yeah, you got the fucking Ori.
I wasn't hating.
No, I'm just appreciating.
He sat there and talked shit while he's fucking shit-faced drunk. You wanna know what that leads to? Theft.
He fucked around and then he found out.
Yeah, he fucked around and he found out.
I want to know why he had a 14,000 gold ring in his pocket.
Family
He's
hero?
part of the fucking goddamn Dracons. So I stole from him, now I'm hiring him.
Like, oh, that's an interesting ring you have there, boss. Looks familiar.
That's what the guard had in his pocket. You might want to rob the rest of the crew while they're on your ship.
Mm-hmm.
They obviously get paid well.
Or they found it. Remember, probably
What?
some of their contracts, because the people don't just go, yeah, sure, I'll fucking pay that, are they get part of the loot.
That votes that Veb eats them by the end of the trip and don't gotta pay anybody. And you get more loot.
None of our people are getting our loot.
I feel like eating them might.
No, I mean, we don't gotta pay them the rest of the money.
Right.
So technically more loot. If I eat them.
It is a
You
success.
just got this crew. You're not eating them.
No,
You know what, Veb? You're not allowed on the bombard anymore.
They have to age well. Well, marinate.
Wait, was Veb on the bombard? Isn't Veb on the Starmoth?
No.
No.
Now she's not allowed on the bombard.
Stepping into the tavern. Oh yes, and the book, Callian, you can give me an investigation on it, actually. It's got a bunch of names, as well as addresses.
I don't understand it, so
It's just an address book.
fuck this. And
Little
I
black
just throw it on the table.
I'll
I go,
take it.
Okay.
Just look at it.
Kaga, you're
Oh.
muted.
I liberated that.
who?
Liberated that.
What do you mean from who?
Oh, cool.
Don't worry about it.
Just put it back down.
It was a dead body in an alley.
Love those.
Yeah.
I wish I could have sampled.
Yeah. Callian, why don't you just take Veb back to the dead body in the alley?
Sure.
Okay.
But I
Don't
have to
go
stay
make
here
a new
so we
one.
can meet people.
Large Luigi floats over.
Veb, you know, if you wanted to eat dead body, you could just wait at the jettison.
Oh. How often? What's their
Every
schedule?
morning, they clean the streets.
Okay. If you can just tell me where. I'm good.
He points you to the jettison, which is just down by... Well, I mean, there's quite a few of them, to be honest. There's a couple, but the closest one would be right there at the dry dock.
Veb has breakfast plans for the rest of the trip.
And it looks like there's only 2 on this image, but that's only the 2 popular ones. There's actually quite a few. Because you can see the one down under the noble side of the city, and then the leading jettison off the dry dock, which is the most
Veb's
popular one, is
mission.
the leading jettison. But there's a bunch.
Yep. Veb's mission is to sample each one now.
And down there, you see Otiugs. But we'll get to that. Stepping into the bar. And walking up towards your table. And then sitting. There is an open seat. She leans in, puts her elbows on the table, and leans her hands onto that. How's you doing?
What can we help you with?
I heard you were selling things.
That's true.
She looks around.
Yes.
This is the right group, isn't it?
It is.
I'll fucking kill you!
Don't listen to
Alright.
her.
Twinkle, let's pop over to the bar momentarily. We'll be back.
Fucking clowns. Fucking
She gets drunk
clowns.
a lot.
Yeah.
Either way.
Something wrong with your friend?
Yeah, she's drunk. That's what's wrong with her. I don't remember myself personally what homes they are. Alex, I'm sure you have it.
They are an elven helm for a star moth and a hammerhead helm. And parts for a third helm, but I mean, we could sell that, but Shell was kind of thinking about holding on to it to build it into a disappearing helm, whatever it's called.
So, Star Moth?
Uh-huh.
It's worth about 40,000. And Hammerhead, same. So you know that the helms are worth probably slightly less than that, as that's what the whole ship would be. But just the helm alone is the majority of the price. You guys could say easily 25 to 30,000 for the helms
Each.
Oh.
each.
Shell's gonna say, well, the Star Moth helm, you know, those are gonna be very popular right now.
Hard to
I'll let
get.
that I'll let that go for 35. The Hammerhead, I'll let that go for 30.
We're talking just the helms, right?
Yes, but they're in pristine condition.
Roll me a persuasion.
Can Callion do it?
Well, you have advantage, whoever does want to roll it.
Callion, you're better.
At least I talked.
Yeah.
Not a good roll.
It's a great roll.
Not a good
My
roll.
portent roll for the day.
Alright, yeah. We could do that.
You want both?
I'll take both.
All right, then we have a deal. She reaches out her hand to shake the juggler's hand.
Now where's your helms?
They're at the. I mean, obviously, I don't have them on me, but they're at the dock.
Well, why don't we go finalize this deal then?
Okay.
Can I make an insight check?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Me too.
I suck at them, but you know, gotta try.
Awfully eager.
Trustworthy.
You see no issues. She says, well, you know, these kinds of things, they don't last very long.
That's fair. Do you have the money on you?
Some of my boys do.
Some of your boys.
Yeah, they'll meet us down there.
Let's go.
The
check our
accent's
boys.
changing.
I finished eating my chicken.
don't leave us down there.
I finished eating my chicken. I would look at her and be like, "So what group?"
Well, most know us as the Juggler's Men. I'm the Juggler.
Okay, well, tell you what, we still need to wait here for other transactions and recruitments and so forth, but how about we meet you down there, and what time is it currently in game? Like, is it afternoon, evening?
You guys spent the first half of the day doing that, so yeah, we'll say it's the afternoon, like 12:30.
Okay. So she'll say, how about we meet you down there in, let's say, 4 hours? That way we have enough time to take care of all of our other engagements, and then we can meet you there and do the transaction. But it's on reserve for you. Should you not show up, then next person in line, but you're
Yeah, all
first.
right. What time?
Say, so if it's in 4 p.m.
Sounds good. We'll see
Okay.
you there. And then we'll meet you at the docks. One last look at Twinkle before she leaves.
Hungry's gonna keep like watching her, steps in between and kind of breaks the line of sight and stares back at her. Just turns to Twinkle. Is this
Hungry, give me a perception check. Right before she left, she made that tongue face where she's got her hands pulling down, showing the innards of her eyes. That twinkle. You catch just the end of it before she turns and walks away. Squeaking shoes with each step.
Twinkle? I couldn't help but notice. You don't like that clown in particular.
Like
That
any
is the
clown.
one. You mentioned your friends before were killed by them, right?
No, not killed.
Taken.
Yeah.
Do you think that sign she just threw at you was in reference
The
to your
indicator
friend?
that she's a bitch? Yeah.
Yeah, I can't help but agree there. No, she's gone now. Let's join the table.
Nick, can I do a what would it be? Does she have any known relation to the clowns I know of that abducted Serena?
Yeah, give me a history check.
History check. All right. I don't know why I rolled that at advantage, but
She was a space clown, it looked. But no immediate acknowledgement of who she might be, as in, you've not seen that space clown before. Whether or not there's a link there, you don't know much about the Juggler's Men Guild House. It's a thieves' guild here on Bral. That's about all you really know about them. And she runs a circus here at the Royal Theatrical Company.
I mean, she's not the clown that abducted Serena, but she's still a clown.
That's like
So-
saying all
All gifts are the
fairies are
same.
bad and all gif are the same. And all elves are the same.
Someone just walks by the table and says, all Gith are the same.
Hey, fuck you, dude.
Yeah,
Sounds to me like you're a bunch of clown sympathizers.
So Chell offers a drink to Twinkle and says, well, look at it this way. Assuming that this deal goes well and they don't double cross us or anything, now we've established a relationship that we could maybe get some information about them, or get some information from them about your friend.
If it doesn't, I'm gonna kill that bitch.
In due time, first let's get some money and then see if we can do it diplomatically. And if not, then, you know.
Can I call over Luigi and ask him about the juggler and the juggler's men, what he's heard?
Give me 1 second. Oh, I had to burp. Luigi floats over.
Oh, yes.
We all eat. Gotta burp sometimes too.
What does a
was it?
beholder burp smell like?
Pickles.
It's just acid.
You okay there, Nick?
No, give me 1 second.
Now he's choking.
Yeah, a
Mhm.
little
On
bit.
pickles.
On pickles.
He's like that SpongeBob episode.
Oh yeah, where the health inspector's holding on her tongue.
Yeah.
Ooh. Had to walk. Alright, that's better. No, I took a really
Never
big
seen
bite of
Luigi
chicken.
change colors.
Yeah, right. My face changed colors a little bit. Way too much chicken. Anyway. He floats over.
What was it that you wanted?
The clown that was just in here called herself the juggler, and she is with the juggler's men. She wants to buy the helm. It seems fair enough, but what do you know about him?
I know they're murderers. But everyone knows that. They don't like one of the other guilds. The Red Masks. Their territories are too close.
Clowns don't like the red masks.
The clowns don't like the Red Mask.
Do I know who the red masks are?
You can roll a history check, but they are, at a minimum, they're one of the guilds. Thieves Guild.
Thieves Guild? Okay, yeah, that's kind of all I was wanting to know anyways. Cool. Well, the rules of Brawl are pretty straightforward, even though murder happens. I think we might be able to meet him for a deal. It just depends whether or not we want to sell to him. Thank you for this information, Luigi.
Yeah, because telling murderers that you just agreed to make a deal with that you don't want to make a deal with them goes well.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we made a deal with Mind Flayers, so why not, right? But at the same time, haven't given it over yet. Can still do something else.
Mind Flayers has worked out so well for us.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I mean. If we feel like we need to learn a lesson.
Anyway, should we go meet up with the Pots guy?
No. You should probably take that ad down unless you're expecting to sit here and wait for however many people show up for that.
Yeah, who else are we waiting on here?
That wasn't the only ad I had up.
What are you also waiting for?
So I asked if anyone wanted to join our crew.
So you're gonna sit here all night waiting on people to join your crew?
No.
You didn't put this anywhere in that area where the juggler's men were warring with what was that other
The Red Masks?
who had the masks?
No.
Insight.
Chell knows I'm
Oh,
full
you
of
were
shit.
there.
You were there!
Jill's just gonna give you like, are you freaking kidding me? Like one of those kind of looks, and just like, you carved it right in front of me. Yeah, I can't read a thieves' cant, but I know what one looks like.
So I hope you realize there is now an open chance of a fight breaking out here because both sides could just show up at the same time.
I don't think the juggler's men are gonna show up.
One
They
of them
already
just
did.
did.
Exactly. So why would they come back?
I don't know. One of her men decides they want to join the crew.
Ooh.
On our ship. You think a clown could come on our ship with Twinkle?
Now,
I didn't know they were clowns. I just put it out there. Jesus.
The red nose, juggling, squeaky shoes didn't alert any bells for you.
I
think
didn't
what
see
meant to
any
say
of that
was
when I was there.
Oh
she
no, I
just
mean the one that just came
saw-
here.
She just knew that there was people around and just left a note. Didn't really know who.
Oh, I'm sorry, I misunderstood. I thought you meant the lady at the bar.
okay, well, how long are you planning on hanging out here at the bar to meet random people that come in to join the crew?
I'll be here for a little bit. You guys can go if you want.
Well, it's just we're planning on going and dealing with the mind flayer thing tonight, yes?
Well, we were going to meet with Potts, and
Pots,
Because he was
dude.
finding a wizard for us.
I don't think we really needed to do anything else with the other things otherwise.
Someone bought a wizard for the ships, right?
That the mage that doesn't immediately scream wizard. Did you meet them? Chell? Callian?
Meet
I don't know.
who?
There we go.
The crew you hired.
Well, not yet. I mean, we would need to have the first quarter's money up front in order to contract them, but I mean, I assume we went through like the manifest. Yeah, you mentioned that we did, and that like some were struck off.
Yes.
Yeah. So
They go through a whole crew with all of you, and if there's any specific characters you guys might want to add to that crew, you can let me know. Otherwise, I'm just gonna have ChatGPT give me a list, which I already have.
I want one elf so we can learn Elven.
Easy
yeah,
enough.
at least 2 elves, one for each ship.
I will post it in session notes here. You guys could edit, change this however you'd like. Yeah, session notes. But that is the 2 crews the 2 of you hired. That includes a cleric, a priest, and the crews. You want to change the names, you want to change the characters, you can do any of that.
There's 2 elves. We're good.
Okay?
Yeah.
Mine's the
Yeah.
healer. I like how that's
You-
all we gave a shit about.
So are you taking Flintbeard and I take Nightwind?
I'm taking Fireforge,
Who's Fireforge?
the cleric.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I was looking at the crews, like the actual crew listing. Okay, whichever.
Yeah.
All right.
So then everybody but Callian heading over to Pragmatic Word of Thought meeting?
I didn't like that dude anyway.
Sure. Actually, no. Chell will stick back with Callian.
Okay.
Okay.
Everyone else heads on over
while
there then.
you two are staying here, could you keep an eye on this for us? He's just gonna kind of gently nudge on Veb and take Twinkle and Hungry out the door. Thank you. See ya.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Callian, Bell, staying behind. Is Veb staying? Or are you guys going?
Listening? Or is Veb coming with everyone else anyway?
That's going with everyone else anyway.
Yeah.
Right. The four of you head over to the manor. It is a long walk together as the afternoon starts to roll in. Any conversation you guys have along the way while I track your tokens over?
You know, it's been eating at my curiosity, Hungry.
Yes.
You've may or may not have a means to get into your ship. Mercane's have mentioned of selling it, and it might be through that portal we opened. I wonder why you're still here.
That is a good question, because currently, I still feel responsible for the elves. You know, I thought I helped them and may have done something worse, so I don't think it would sit right with me to leave them at this point, even if my ship does get sold. I can find it again. Maybe just have to kill a few more Mercane, who knows?
Hey.
I was about to say, I just found the Pirate of the Moral Code.
You know, don't take my ship and won't be no shit. Haha.
Nah.
That one was good.
No, I wish you could have seen it. I doubt the treasure's on there, but you know, years of traveling, I did have quite, maybe not as much as the ring that Callian got earlier, but you know, quite a bit. Odd trinkets from different planets. The stamp collection I had was insane.
You might have gotten along with USPC.
Oh, he collected stamps.
Yes.
He hated clowns.
He hated clowns too. I honestly can't say I've met many people that just loved them. Except for other clowns, I guess. But, you know, I'll settle this and I'll see what I feel. Maybe I leave to find my own ship again, or maybe I don't. It's might not be the most important thing.
You know, out of curiosity, are you one for gambling as well?
Okay, I have a little bit of a problem with that. Why? Do you have a bet?
5 gold says we return to Luigi's and a fight breaks out.
Before or after we get to Luigi's?
After we return. Well, when we get there, there will either be the remnants or ongoing.
So we're gonna walk into a fight. I'll take that bet. I think our crew will do just fine. 10 gold even. There's no fight before we get back to Luigi's. They'll be just calm and, you know, dandy as ever, minding their own business.
With the handshake confirmed, You see, you've walked.
Zeb doesn't shake the hand, but the
Well,
Steel Defender, who is
fair
somehow
enough.
with the party, shakes the hand.
We
Steel
click at each
Defender
other and thrive
always
green.
gamble. Yeah.
You just see like a couple of there's just a couple walking a baby stroller by you, and as the group starts to click, they start to speed walk away from the party. You arrive at the house Mosantes again. They let you in, and you see Tario there waiting for you. As he says, "Ah, good. I am glad to see you all again. I actually have the mage here with me now. Everyone, I'd like to introduce you to Aldaric Blackstaff." And Aldaric steps over and gives a bow. He says, "It is a pleasure to meet all of you. I am the head of the Fireball Alliance."
That sounds flashy.
Well,
Well,
we are a
let's
guild
see.
here on Bral, a defense of mages, and every wizard on Bral is, with the exception of a few, a member of the Fireball Alliance. And Tario has informed me of the current happenstances with an influx of illithid within our ranks under the caverns in Bral. Many of the Underdark there is unexplored. Not too surprised by that. All of you have been there before, he tells me.
We have.
Yeah, there.
Tario says, and that's what I was saying, is they actually will get you in there. Is what they said they can do. That is the case, yes.
Yeah, as long as I think you parlay and pretend to be the member of our crew that's going to be staffing one of our ships that we have been recently acquiring a ton of staff, so you should kind of sneak right in.
I will have to disguise myself for this, as I would be quite quickly picked out by them. But that should not be an issue.
In addition to that, Tario, we've come up with a plan for getting the elves off of the planet once they're there.
Yes, I have ships at the ready to transport them.
Right. Well, so we were thinking we could use the scrying spell to locate the planet once the elves are there. I mean, if you want to transport them via ship, that's fine, or I could just teleport them to a safer location.
No,
Like Topola's Tower, and they could be boarded ships right off the bat.
I don't mind that at all. I thought that you were in need of my assistance with transportation, but if you have the
Oh,
means...
definitely.
Well, I mean, we are in need of your assistance with transportation. We just didn't want to risk sending your ships and your crew to a mind flayer inhabited possibly planet.
And besides, Topola's Tower is not exactly large enough to sustain the number of elves we could put on that rock.
Right.
They would have to be literally transported and loaded onto ships. It would just be a port more than anything else, as they one A to B to C kind of thing.
Yeah, well, wonderful. Yes, then we could do that. It makes my life
But,
even easier.
Could use a little help acquiring a spell scroll for scrying.
Yes,
Aldaric
we are
says,
not
I offer scrolls and
actually.
such things as well, if needed. I know how to
Before we
scribe,
ask
of course.
oh, you'd have to be familiar anyway. Yeah.
Well, I don't need to be familiar to scry because I got this lock of hair here.
Just holds up the hair again.
But you have to be familiar to teleport there.
Well, I would need. That's what the scrying's for, yeah.
Well, I've also the ability to teleport. If that's what is in question. I am what one would refer to as an archmage.
Can you cast the gate spell?
I don't know gate per se, unless you had a scroll of it, I would learn it.
I don't have a scroll of it. I use the Ori of I have a way to cast it once a day. We'll just go like that. But with the amount of elves we're talking about, we couldn't just teleport.
Give me a
1,000 elves with a teleport spell.
He says, the Ori of what? No? You can cast gate?
Yeah, don't worry about it. I can get the gate spell cast once we're there, and open a one-way portal for them, a two-way portal for them to just come through once we're there.
Give me a deception check to see how well you move on from me.
But you are able to cast teleport yourself, right? Could that be considered giving her a help action? As I try to divert the conversation.
I'm gonna say no.
No.
He
Yeah,
only
fair.
gets an 11 on the inside. He says,
Oh.
Right, well, we have more pressing matters at hand anyway. I am prepared to go down into the caverns when all of you are. Do you have a specific meeting with these Illithid, or is this more of a unplanned mission?
It is unplanned.
To be determined, I think. It's impending. Motion's already started, and it's a kind of an inevitable happen at this point, I think. But
I understand. Very well. He gives you an address, which is his house, which is right by the arena. This yellow house here, on Derek Blackstaff's house.
Oh, perfect.
And he says, should you be interested in moving soon, you'll find me there most likely. Or sometimes go for walks along Park Street. Otherwise, I'm typically found in that area. Unless you wanted to move sooner than that.
We would have liked to move sooner than that, but our half of our crew is indisposed hiring a crew tonight, so we're gonna have to postpone it a little bit.
Very well. You know where to find me, and I am prepared for this mission when you are.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
He heads back to his house, and Terry says, splendid, that went rather well. I do hope that all of this pans out well for the elves. And
yes.
I thank you all for your efforts, as not many would risk their lives to save, well, really anyone.
Yeah. It's
We had,
untrue.
We had unknowingly doomed them to a slow death, and would not settle highly on my conscience to let them as they were.
Well, again, I thank you for your efforts, and do make sure you make haste. Old Derek does seem like a patient man, but he is anything but.
Yeah, within, I think, 24 hours, we'll probably meet up with him, but seems to be today isn't going to work, just with other things kind of already pending, so.
Well, best of luck to all of you then, and I'm glad I could facilitate the aid needed, and the ships are at the ready when you are. I have them at the dock.
We thank you for your help.
Everything planned and prepared for the pragmatic order, and with the black staff, the party starts to make their way back to the tavern. Back in the tavern, Hell sitting with Callian. Bit of time passing here. Any conversation between the two of you at the moment?
I guess not really.
Nah, we're just hanging out and drinking.
Yeah, I guess so.
A man walks in, black leather armor, daggers at his waist, kind of lengthy brown hair, and a signature red mask pulled up over his face. People look and stare. A few people go quiet as he walks past, and he sits across the table from the two of you. Speaking through the mask in a bit of a muffled voice.
Thought your group might be bigger, based off the advertisement.
It is.
Well, so you got some ships to sell.
Not ships. No.
Helms.
Good enough.
So there's a Starmoth helm, elven quality, top shelf, and a Hammerhead helm. Are you interested?
Yeah. Wouldn't be here if I wasn't.
Well, I didn't know if you were looking for specific kinds of helms. So, since the Starmoth helm is pristine, we'll let it go for 35, and the Hammerhead, we'll throw that in for 30.
What about 25 each?
Well, I wouldn't be able to do that because we already have one buyer lined up for them at this price. But if they back out, then it's yours. So, are you willing to meet their price?
Give me a persuasion.
Does that mean
Alien
this time?
size again.
Or is that Callian again?
Is it Callian?
I don't know.
Callian join in on the conversation to do that?
I did.
two.
I had at some
Yeah.
point.
Yeah, that's good.
I'm not very persuasive to him though. I don't like him as much. I like her more.
He says,
Oof.
I ain't never heard of somebody define a helm as pristine. It didn't have a ship with it.
Well, the helm itself.
Where'd you
is
get
pristine.
it from?
A battle.
And it's pristine.
Well, the ship was not, but the helm was fine.
If you don't want it, it's fine. We'll give it to our other buyer.
Who's paying that much?
Not
What do
you,
you
apparently.
think?
Are the halflings?
No.
A gift?
No.
It's
Your
that
mom.
bitch, ain't it?
She seemed pretty nice to me.
That bitch.
Oh, lovely.
What bitch are you referring to?
That space clown. Juggler. She was here before me, wasn't she? Thought the place smelled like shit.
I mean, people come and go here all the time, but I take it you have history with her?
Yeah.
What'd she do to you?
Alright, well, 65,000's too much. Unless you, want to change your mind.
Well, what would you, you want 50,000? Is what you said?
How about 55?
Tell you what, if this person backs out on the deal, you can have them for 55. Be at the docks at 4 p.m.
Gives you a
Why?
handshake. Sounds good.
No, it's a fight to the death so you get to buy the helms.
The door.
So Chell's gonna turn to Callie and be like, "Okay, look. So here's what we can hope for. Either they fight each other and we just take everyone's money, or it goes one of them shows up and buys it, and then we're like, oh, the other one bought it first, so bought."
I mean, we're really gonna.
I'm not terribly fond of the idea of intentionally pissing
That's
off
pretty
maybe
hilarious.
both of the people.
The door
Yeah.
jingles as Hungry and the crew walks in just a few moments later.
Which, yeah, I say that to Twinkle, hoping, yeah, see, look at this, the bar. Yeah, we're fine. No fight. Because
No fight.
The just steal the
this
fruit will
guy?
give you 10 gold.
As you walk in, Luigi says, "That was an easy bet.
no one fights
No
in
one
Luigi's.
fights in Luigi's."
Eh. I was,
Come on,
making
Kazeb, I'll
this
buy you.
right with the gold I just gave you.
But exactly, you gave it to me, so now I buy you the drink. Luigi, can we get a bottle of tequila?
Who's this guy? Is he joining the crew?
Fills a glass of tequila for you all.
Yeah, who was that gentleman that you just talked to? One in the red mask.
Another buyer, in case the juggler double crosses us or backs out. And here's the best part: he really doesn't like the juggler. So if the juggler decides to double cross us, he has somebody who's not one of his friends who may buy it, who may fight them and then buy it from us.
May fight them.
Maybe.
So you invited them down there at the same time to the docks, didn't you?
Yes.
Why?
I give
I didn't
Kazeb
do
5
it.
gold back.
That I'm willing to settle for half. I'm half right.
Yeah.
Are they
Yeah.
also from a thieves guild?
Kind of looked like it, I guess.
So there's a good chance both guilds are just coming down there to kill us and take those homes.
Yeah.
And now we've had 2 different sets of people come down to the dock at the same time to kill us and take the helms.
Oh, yes,
Great.
Not only are there potentially 2 different people down there to kill us,
Luigi, I need a drink.
we
Yeah, Twinkle, I'll buy yours as well. Kazeb's
start
actually
a
buying.
dang fight at the docks for no good reason other than just to get gold out of one of them. How much was he offering?
55,000.
And Clown was offering 65, right?
Yeah.
It was even
Well,
less.
let's get
What's
drunk
this
and head to the
for?
docks.
I was going to give this to you. I don't think I want to anymore. He kind of toys with the gemstone.
Well, we met with the wizard.
Yes,
He's cool with going into the mind flayer's underbelly with us.
Cool.
We have his address whenever we're ready to do that. But I guess we're not doing that today.
Yeah, we're... Hey, Luigi, could I get that straw, please? I can't physically drink out of the mug.
You see a straw float over.
Of course.
Thank you.
How could I forget?
Because it will just pinch on the straw and start quickly emptying his tankard.
You all see a great sword stab into the table.
Ah!
As a Githyanki
Luigi's gonna be
steps
pissed.
over. Yeah, Luigi just looks over kind of mad. As a Githyanki... Oh, that didn't work. Hold on, let me fix your token. Githyanki walks over and says, "You can make that 3 people here to kill."
Yay!
Oh, come on!
Hey,
know, Kazeb-
Luigi, you owe a bet.
Kazeb, here's actually 2 more gold back, and I'm not sure why I haven't left yet. These people want to kill us. Maybe we should all be leaving.
This wouldn't happen to be the same Githyanki that...
Yeah, it's different art, but it's the
What the
same
fuck?
Githyanki. I needed to put art there.
It's the same Githyanki.
You
that
see
we
that
talked
she's
to
standing there with a smile still.
Jacob.
She doesn't look that threatening.
Well, see you again. Why do you want to kill us?
I think she was joking.
At least one of you understands me.
Humanoids tend to do that smile when they're not serious.
I've been looking for you. Where are the mind flayers?
Oh.
You know, funny thing about that. Yeah. We're actually going probably tomorrow night to go do kind of an undercover operation to expose their numbers underneath the city.
Oh.
Good. My people will be here for your operation.
Right. The thing is, your people how to put this, kind of stand out.
That is a good thing.
It is a good thing. Don't get me wrong, it is a good thing, but not when we're trying to be inconspicuous.
There is nothing to be inconspicuous about when attending a slaughter.
Right. We're just we're trying to save a bunch of astral elves that they're transporting to a slave planet, pretty much. And
Well, if
I
they're
care
like-
little for the elves. We will kill the mind flayers that rid your lands of any illithid presence.
any ants we could persuade you to be inconspicuous enough to at least
There is no
invade
inconspicuous.
it would be a little easier to perform your operation if you managed to get in. It is all underground and it's not entirely easy to just walk in when they guard the front entrance.
Then our dragons will burn the entrance. Flames will wreath
they-
down upon them.
Are they juggalos too?
Juggle what?
Nothing.
So look, what's your name?
We have met before. I thought elves had good memory.
You're
Did she
misinformed.
introduce
Very
herself as
racist.
She did.
Chell? Okay. I don't remember if Chell was there for that.
You were. It was before the battle.
Okay. So she'll be like, all right, look, we both have mutual goals here. We both want to get rid of the Mind Flayer issue. But if you want our help, you need to help us do it our way. We seek to get rid of them, but we need to play this kind of tactfully.
Give me persuasion.
Yay! I'm so good at
Isn't the help action?
these.
Yeah, I would say you do have the help action from the party. So do another.
Persuasion. Do it again. Oh, that was so close to the 18. Fuck.
Hold on a second. Make sure I've got my Wheel or Woe set right. 'cause I rolled or odd earlier. See if I can help. Action number roll and
That's-
add. Okay, yeah, I can add a d6.
Don't worry about it. Keep your d6.
Okay.
He looks and says, "Fine. We'll wait for now."
Well, you don't have to
Just sits at the
just
chair.
completely.
Just pulls up a chair and just sits. Just stares.
Chell's gonna be like, well, you don't have to be completely you don't have to wait this whole time.
Do you not want
If
me
you
to wait
want-
here? Does my
Well,
presence bother you, elf?
no, but I do have something that you could do to help us. You seem to be quite good at figuring out where mind flayers are, or at least hunting them. No?
You've not seen my work. But yes,
You showed up here.
What if you could help us by figuring out all the locations on the underside of this rock where the mind flayers are hiding? Help us gather intelligence, and then we'll figure out when to strike.
why would we not strike them if they are there when we look through the tunnels?
Because that's the tact part that I mentioned. We need to do this carefully. They have some influence on this rock. There's politics at play. There are 1,000, 1,000?
Yeah.
2,000? I think. There are at least 1,000 lives, innocent lives, that are not under Mind Flayer control yet, at risk. So there's a lot of moving pieces, and it's not just something where we can just go in and strike them and be like, "Oh, problem solved," because that's going to create more problems.
This is a weak plan.
And if nothing else,
Sometimes the best laid plans are not ones where you strike all at once, but where you surgically take things apart. Do you want to just kill the mind flayers?
Yes.
Or do you want to
Right.
get rid of their influence and power?
Precisely.
Killing them
You
will
can't-
do exactly that. You
Yeah,
cut
but if
them
you go
straight
blindly swinging at the
across
web,
the
you won't
neck.
kill the spider. You'll only make it
Exactly.
run.
Exactly. You'll make the other spiders flee while you just kill maybe one or two. If you want to burn the whole web, that's going to take a little bit more tact than just applying fire to it.
Then we wait for your tact.
And if you wouldn't mind, help us gather intelligence to figure out the most skillful and tactical strike.
I just lean over to Chell. Honestly, if she catches a mind flayer by itself and kills it, I'm not honestly opposed to it. They're supposed to have 11. They can't really go reporting someone missing that's not supposed to be here.
That is
So-
true.
She has incentive down in the tunnel. Catch one by itself, take it out.
That is true. If you did happen across one or two that you could take out without any of the others getting alerted, Chell just shrugs and takes a sip of her drink and looks to the side and says, I don't think that would cause any problems.
Do you know of who is the other Githyanki on this land? I saw the red dragon.
it is a strange occurrence. We did not see any Githyanki with the dragon.
Then
You
it
mean the
was
dragon that
stolen.
arrived You mean the
Elves.
dragon that arrived earlier?
The wolf and the Goliath.
There's a red dragon flying amongst the docks. I thought another Gith, one of my kin, might have been here.
No, but I think I recognize that Goliath from the bar where I met everyone
A
here.
Goliath dragon rider?
I don't know if it's his, but he was with the group that it came with.
I must meet this Goliath.
That does have me curious. The first time I met all of you was in his bar. What is he doing here?
Well, Toril
Here.
was turned into a shithole. Same reason why we're here.
We all evacuated, remember?
Yeah, but that was months ago. What would it be up here now for?
Didn't get far, I guess.
Got lost on the way.
Well,
Started bickering over where the fuck to go.
A little more.
so Chell's just gonna shrug
Or
and
maybe they gave 1,500 people up to mind flayers by accident. Now they're trying to fix it.
Speaking of bickering, I got a clown to kill.
Oh yeah, it's almost 4:30.
Hey,
So we can kill the clowns, but not the mind flayers.
Yes, actually,
Hey,
if you
the
see
clowns are
clowns,
so
sure, why
much
not?
worse than the mind flayers, lady. You don't even know.
The clowns are not worse than the mind flayers.
if
Okay. One, we didn't agree that we're going to be killing clowns unless they double cross us.
It's quite
If
fine
they-
to kill clowns.
It is fine to. See, I'm on her side. I said
No
we kill
killing.
everybody.
Let's just say no kill. No killing for right now.
Twinkle, tact, gather intelligence. You want to find your friend? We need to get some info from them first. And to do that, we need to get on their side.
What of your people? I thought the GIF enjoyed exploding things.
I think the only
Me.
thing that he likes exploding are toilets.
Okay, first off, unnecessary. I have a healthy stomach.
ready,
I,
Hey,
I
first
maintain
off,
balance.
first off,
You all
I've been
see
on on
Commodore
the same
Crunch
ship
get up,
with you.
and he's running to the bathroom in the background.
Yeah.
First off, I've been on the same ship with you, and it has one bathroom.
I mean, just because I'm gigantic doesn't mean it's unhealthy.
Way to shame his IBS.
Yeah. Real cool, man.
let's stop talking about his business.
Your crew is what you would
Luigi,
call
can I get a water, please, instead of a
unconventional.
beer?
Large Luigi brings over a water. He says, "Put in a Pepto for you."
Unnecessary, but thank you, sir.
He gives you a wink. Go with it. Go with it.
With his one eye.
All right, so you're gonna hang out here at Luigi's while we go take care of this.
Who are you talking to?
Get Yankee.
Darvish.
told
Get
us
Yankee.
that's just gonna wait.
I was told to wait. I shall wait with
I
you.
mean,
I mean, you can come with if you want. Just
Yeah.
don't attack anybody unless we say like, oh God, we need to attack or something.
What if they are killing you and flaying you from your skin and you cannot talk because they've stunned you in your mind?
Okay, yeah. If they're attacking us, then strike back.
yeah, but no mind flayers at the moment, I don't think.
I
So,
will use my own judgment for when to strike.
Yes.
seems fair.
And if it would entertain you, we do have an agreement that they will sacrifice 3 of their own kin to birth dragons.
You make agreements with the mind flayers.
Ixnay on the agreement stay.
No, I'm just getting them to commit suicide.
Yes.
This is an agreeable agreement.
I agree.
I agree with your agreement.
I'll be right
Agreementally.
back. This isn't agreeing with me.
Oh no. As we get closer to 4 o'clock, the party makes their way to the docks. The Thrive Queen, not here right now. They're just here so that I don't forget that they're ready to do the crew there.
Yeah.
The party makes their way to the docks, and you can see 2 groups of people already there, already arguing. And the 2 heads of the groups kind of sitting in the back as there's about 24 thieves in the dock, in the dry dock. You think about half and half on both sides. And the juggler approaches your party as you arrive, and so does Grell. And she says, What's the big deal? You trying to get everybody over here killed or something? You'd invite them? He says you're trying to make a
invited.
better deal with them than you're making with me. You're gonna sell it to him for 55,000.
That was if you didn't show up.
Yeah, well, I
Or
showed
if
up,
you-
so where's the helms? And Grell says, oh, we could just settle this the old-fashioned way.
I mean, that wasn't part of the idea, but if you want to, sure, but
I'll shut up.
I thought they meant between them. But no, if the juggler wants them, then they're hers. And if she doesn't, then Grell gets second bid.
Or they each buy one for 30,000 if they really want to fight over them.
Or we could sell one to each of you.
But if she has the 65k, she had it first.
Yeah.
We told you she had already made a deal.
We did. And
Not
we
our
told
fault,
you
girl.
and we told you, and she points to the juggler, that if someone else shows up and you don't, that we'll sell to them. But you're here, so they're yours. Or do you want to split them with him?
Need a persuasion check.
Who's doing it? Is it me? Is it Callion?
Alien size
With
With
again.
advantage because people are helping and I still roll
Oh
like
my
shit.
god.
I'm gonna inspiration that. Hey, it's still better.
Better.
They do not immediately start a fight. You see the juggler looks over to Grell and says, I think we might be being played here. And Grell looks over and
What's
says,
happening?
oh. Why don't we split the helm? 50-50. Said there was two, right? And I'm going to leave this up. Some insights from both of them. This is for the juggler. And that's for Grell.
I mean, we're not lying. We have two helms.
No, they're lying to each other.
Oh.
The juggler looks over and says, I don't know. I think I'd rather have both.
Shell looks over to Grell and says, I mean, we did promise her both for 60, so...
I'll tell you what. We won't make this whole dock ward a bloodbath. And it would start with all of yous. But you're gonna sell them to me for 40.
This is why you should not have done this.
Grell can have them for the 50 each. That's what I
Nah.
say. If she wants to
Grell
play
can't
games
have
now.
them. There ain't no more negotiating.
Well,
And you see
you don't have them.
her
We
people
do.
kind of step forward and start to surround you. And Grell's people pull out daggers.
Twinkle pulls out the wand of fireball.
Hungry just stands to his full height and wait.
I ain't gonna ask again.
That's good. I've been itching for you to stop talking.
Twinkle casts fireball.
With that,
No, no.
we will pick up on this next session with a combat on the dock wards
Twinkle's like, fuck this.
between the two thieves guilds. And you all see in the top left corner, Darvik approves. Baldur's Gate 3 reference.
Yeah. Oh.
We'll pick up right here on the dock with a combat between the two thieves guilds next week. The two helms ready to be sold to somebody. One willing to pay 55, one trying to scam you for 40.
And the crew making a fat 95,000 awesome corpses. Nice.
And whatever equipment they might have, I suppose.
Rip.
We'll see how all that goes next time. Good stuff, guys. Nice session. I like the ending there.